Chapter 131. Naturally, Fong Ping did not know about what happened in Sun City. He wanted to collect protection fees, but he dared not. Fong Yuan did not want to collect it. Someone had come to her door and forced her to accept it. Fong Ping was the only one who did not know. Otherwise, he would probably have gone back and pinched that girl to death. November 1st, Saturday. The special training classes had been open for almost a month. Fong Ping finally met Dean Huangjing. Training room. Huangjing's expression was calm as he said slowly, Magic City's military lost dozens of middle-ranked martial artists and more than 100 people in the 3 lower ranks in the catacombs. MCMU also lost 3 instructors. There's still no news of a few students. The catacombs are getting more and more dangerous. We have no choice but to let you know the inside story and the danger in advance. MCMEU, CCMEU, normal martial arts universities, second-class martial arts universities. What we're fighting for is not personal gain. We want MCMU students to have more resources, to pay a lower price, and to have more powerhouses. This way, we can live longer when we carry out our missions. But we're all human. If we think this way, others will too. Your students, the treasures of your families. Their students are also students, the treasures of their families. No one wants anyone to die. I don't want normal martial arts university students to die either. But if I have to choose, MCMEU students or students from other schools are safer. I can only choose MCMEU. There's no right or wrong in this matter. If I put myself in their shoes and stood in the perspective of a normal martial arts university, I would also feel indignant. But no matter what, since we're MCMEU's people, we have to think for MCMEU. Huangjing's tone was slightly tired. At this time, no one wanted to argue or fight. But they had to. They had to fight. Who wanted to die? No one wanted to die. The stronger they were, the higher their chances of survival. That's why we have to hold the championship at the end of this semester. We have to tell everyone that it will be very cruel. Huangjing's tone was cold. Cruelty is inevitable. It's not impossible to determine life and death. There are only so many resources. The pills, weapons, and other resources useful for cultivation are limited every year. If you have more, I have less. If you have less, I can have more. We actually didn't want to let the freshmen decide the quota and have them fight to the death. But why did we still decide to let the freshmen participate in the exchange competition? Huangjing's expression suddenly turned cold as he said, because the new students are weak, it's not a pity if they die. Because the investment of new students was small, if they died, not many resources would be wasted. At the same time, because the freshmen will stay in school for a longer period of time, the ones who will benefit in the future will be you. If you don't fight for it, then the 3rd and 4th year students won't fight for it because they already have a certain level of strength and are about to graduate. Only people like you have to stand up and take on the responsibility. The students did not utter a word. Huangjing's tone softened considerably, and he said with a faint smile, "Of course, the school does not wish for you to throw your lives away. You are all elites, and any death or injury is a loss to humanity. Therefore, there were still necessary protective measures in place for the exchange competition. This could be discussed later. Let's continue talking about the special training class. Because of the above reasons, the special training class has higher requirements for everyone. The stronger the ability, the better. We're martial arts university students, not casual martial artists, not vitality martial artists, and we don't just look at vitality and bone-honing progress. Last month, everyone had been learning the basics. Then this month, we'll take another step forward. Having said that, Huangjing said in a clear voice, a peaceful environment cannot create powerhouses. From tomorrow onwards, the 5 instructors will be divided into 5 teams, with 10 people in each team. They will bring these students to carry out missions. In order to give you a better environment and better conditions for growth, the school has decided to double the original reward for each mission. Originally, a mission rewarded everyone with 5 credits. Now it will be 10 credits. During the process of the mission, those who put in more effort will receive more, and the instructors will observe and distribute them. In November, the team that completes the most missions and completes them the best will receive additional rewards. In November, you will see the world for the first time. In December, 10 people will be selected from among the 50 to undergo special training in preparation for the exchange competition. The date of the exchange competition has not been confirmed yet, but it will start in mid-January at the latest, possibly even earlier. There's not much time left for us, Huang Jing said, and finally said in a deep voice, "Don't underestimate the students of normal martial arts universities. From what I know, this time, every school is doing their best to nurture some seeded players. Currently, I know that there are 3 to 5 new rank 1 martial artists in each school. There are many normal martial arts universities. Added together, the number of martial artists they have is no less than that of MCMAU and CCMAU. They have nothing to lose, so they're not afraid of those who are wearing shoes. If they win, they earn. If they lose nothing. Therefore, they can afford to lose, but we can't. I'll stop here. From today onwards, we will divide into teams and determine the instructors to follow. The instructor's own students cannot be in the same team." As soon as he said that, some of the students started whispering to each other. If they were not allowed to follow their own instructors, what if they encountered danger and the other instructors did not rescue them? Huang Jing did not care about them. This arrangement was to create a sense of crisis for the students, and it was also for fairness. In the process of carrying out missions, the instructors would act as judges. If they brought their own students at this time, some favoritism might appear. When Huang Jing arrived, he only said a few words and then left in a hurry. The catacombs matter was not over yet. Moreover, he still had to discuss the specific arrangements for the exchange competition with the major schools. There was no need for grandmasters to be involved in wrangling, but for the sake of benefits, it would not do without grandmasters. Silence. As soon as Huang Jing left, Tang Feng roared, interrupting the students' discussion. "Now, divide into teams." Martial artists were very straightforward. Tang Feng did not waste any time and said directly, "Feng Ping, Zhao Lei, Fu Changding, Yang Xiaoman, Chen Yinshi, you will be the team leaders. Each of you will lead a team." As soon as he said that, Fu Changding said bitterly, "I wanted to be in the same team as the beauties. Is this appropriate?" Tang Feng did not scold him. He smiled and said, "Sure. Zhang Yu, Xiao Wenyu, both of you will be in Fu Changding's team." Among the crowd, the 2 beauties who entered through the back door last time walked out shyly and went to Fu Changding's side. Fu Changding's face turned green. "I was just saying it," and the instructor took it seriously. He was not stupid. At this time, when dividing into teams, of course, the stronger the teammates, the better. Now that he had 2 deadweights, it would be troublesome. This was not a joke. Fu Changding was not an ignorant rookie. Doing missions could really kill people. However, since Tang Feng had said so, there was no room for negotiation. Peak rank 6 Tang Feng was not joking about this. Fu Changding's expression was a little stiff. He smiled dryly at the 2 girls, his smile a little bitter. Tang Feng ignored him, and Fu Changding's instructor, Luo Yichuan, did not look at this student either. Did he really think that no one could teach him a lesson? Feng Ping was gloating. He said in a low voice, "Are you satisfied now? These 2 beauties are so pleasing to the eye. Get lost. Feng Ping, you're the strongest, and you're the class monitor. Capable people should do more work." Tang Feng continued, "Zhao Qing, Wu Kepeng, Zhou Yuehong, they'll be in your team." Instructor. Feng Ping's old face fell. "Are you sure you're not using your position to avenge a personal grudge?" Everyone knew that the stronger the members of the team, the easier it would be to carry out the mission, and the faster it would be completed, the better. Bringing some weak martial artists with him was just asking for trouble, was it not? In his team, other than Feng Ping, who was quite strong, Zhao Xuemei was also in his team. Tang Jingsong was also there. Both of them were quite strong. However, the other 7 were at the bottom of the special training class. Tang Feng said mildly, "Do you have something to say? If you have something to say, you can say it. However, in order to balance out the strengths, the team arrangement has been fixed." Feng Ping almost vomited blood. "Since it's fixed, what other opinions do I have?" Seeing that he was silent, Tang Feng continued to assign the members of the team. Tang Feng's consideration was to balance out the strengths of the team. Currently, there were about 30 people in the class who had honed more than 31 bones. On average, there were about 3 in each team. The rest were distributed evenly. 31 bones meant that one side of the bone had been honed. According to the general ranking system, a martial artist like this would be considered a middle stage rank 1 martial artist. Those with less than 31 bones were early stage martial artists. Of course, some people honed their upper limbs. The number of bones was different, and they were divided according to whether one side of the bone was honed. Among Fong Ping's group of 5, other than Fong Ping, who had honed 40 bones, Zhao Lei, who had the highest number of bones, had 49. Fu Changding and the others were about the same, all above 45. After assigning the teams, it was time to assign the instructors. Lu Fengru obviously could not lead Fong Ping and the others. In the end, the instructor leading Fong Ping's team was Zhou Shiping, the oldest among the instructors. Zhou Shiping was a man of few words because he cultivated palm techniques. In martial arts universities, there were not many people who studied it, and he did not have many students. Zhou Shiping looked about 50 years old, but he was actually close to 60 years old. He looked thin and weak. After assigning the instructors, Zhou Shiping glanced at Fong Ping and the others. He nodded slightly and said nothing. Lu Fengru led Chun Yunxi's team, while Tang Feng led Fu Changding. Fu Changding's face was pale. He had a bad feeling about this. Luo Yichuan and Su Jianzhou each led Tang Feng's 2 students. After assigning the teams and instructors, Tang Feng continued, "Everyone, go back and pack your bags today. Mainly bring weapons and pills, mainly vitality pills and healing water. Those who don't have healing water can exchange for some. It's 5 credits a bottle, and it's very effective for external and internal injuries. Also, the school will reimburse all expenses for this trip, including a bottle of healing water, 5 normal vitality pills, and 1 rank 1 vitality pill. That's a lot." Many of them looked delighted. The special training class treated their students really well. Last month, everyone had received about 20 normal vitality pills. Fong Ping and the others had received slightly more. Fong Ping had received 25 pills, but he had not used them yet. Based on 20 pills, that would be 60 credits. This trip alone had cost them 30 credits of pills. In less than a month after joining the special training class, everyone had received close to 100 credits. If they were to exchange it for money, it would be 3 million. Moreover, it was mentioned before that the mission rewards belonged to the team members themselves. The school would even double the reward. This special treatment made everyone beam with joy. Tang Feng said lightly, "This is the school's contribution. Naturally, there's a demand for it. Everyone understands what I mean. In the eyes of martial artists, everyone must have a clear concept of equal exchange. The more you give, the more you reap. Even if some of you can't participate in the championship, you'll still pay the price. For example, if someone dies during the mission, I'm not joking. The instructors will lead the team and try their best to ensure your safety. However, the instructors are also human. They will be negligent and have things to do. They will also eat and drink. You can't expect the instructors to protect you 24/7. Therefore, injuries and deaths are sometimes unavoidable. Everything the school is doing now, you may not seem to need to contribute anything, but in reality, you're already contributing. You have to understand what I mean. All right, that's all for now. Instructors and students, make your own arrangements. We'll be leaving tomorrow. Whether it's for the mission or sightseeing, you're not allowed to stay in school." Someone said in surprise, "Sightseeing?" Luo Yichuan, who had been silent all this while, said calmly, "The scenery in the catacombs is beautiful. You can treat it as a sightseeing trip." Everyone fell silent. What a joke. A large number of rank 3s would die there. They did not want to go sightseeing. Luo Yichuan was leading Zhao Lei's team. Zhao Lei's face turned purple. Old Luo would not really bring them to sightseeing, would he? The 5 teams split up and began to contact the instructors. On Fong Ping's side, Zhou Shiping was a man of few words and was very democratic. When everyone had arrived, Zhou Shiping chuckled. "Fong Ping, you can accept the mission. You should have seen the mission system. You can discuss with everyone and choose the mission. I'm mainly responsible for protecting everyone. You can make your own arrangements for the rest. Fong Ping saw everyone looking at him. He thought for a while and said, "At the beginning, we'll accept some simple missions to practice. Fong Ping, we're not weak, and there are so many of us. I think we can accept a rank 2 mission. We don't have much time. If we waste too much time, a month will pass in the blink of an eye." Someone in the team raised a different opinion. Those who would raise an opinion at this time would not be too weak. The one who raised the opinion was Tang Jingsong, Fu Changding's high school classmate who had been beaten up by Fu Changding for a few years. Fong Ping frowned. "Among the 10 of us, has anyone accepted a mission before? Has anyone fought with a rank 2 martial artist before? I mean the kind where it's life and death. Many of you have never fought with a martial artist before. Where do you get the confidence to take on a rank 2 mission? Cut the crap. I'll speak. Just listen." "You." Tang Jingsong's face turned red. Fong Ping threatened, "If you're not convinced, we can fight one-on-one. We'll listen to whoever wins." Tang Jingsong shriveled instantly. He snorted and said nothing more. "That's more like it. I'm the team leader. If Instructor Zhou doesn't say anything, everyone has to listen to me from now on. I don't want to talk to you about democracy or the minority obeying the majority. For the next month, you have to listen to me. If you don't want to, I won't force you. Now get out of here and accept missions. Just don't drag me down." After saying that, Fong Ping said, "The first mission doesn't have to be too far or too strong. I've taken a look at the mission system. There's a mission to capture a middle-stage rank 1 martial artist in the Department of Investigation Services. There are very few cases involving early-stage rank 1 martial artists in the Department of Investigation Services. Middle-stage rank 1 martial artists usually get a reward of 100,000 cash. Upper stage and peak rank 1 martial artists usually get a reward of 200,000 cash. For rank 2, the reward starts at 300,000 or 10 credits. Let's use a middle stage rank 1 to practice first." Tang Jingsong was a little unhappy. Zhao Xuemei frowned as well. "Fong Ping, middle stage rank 1. That means you've just finished honing 1 limb. On our side, the 3 of us have already honed 40 bones. Do you think we should practice first? Check out the market. Why are you in such a hurry?" Fong Ping was helpless. They were a bunch of rookies, including himself. They did not know anything. What was the hurry? Zhou Shiping suddenly said, "From now on, your mission will be settled by credits. The cash reward will be calculated according to 30,000 credits per credit. At the end of the month, we'll settle all the missions. The team with the highest number of credits will get a reward of at least 100 credits. Fong Ping, did you hear that? Shut up." Fong Ping interrupted Tang Jingsong, frowning. "I have the final say. We'll use a middle stage rank 1 martial artist to practice first. You don't even know how to do missions. Are you going to kill a rank 2 martial artist when you've just arrived? If you talk too much, you can leave." Tang Jingsong looked indignant. He suppressed his anger and did not look at Fong Ping. Fong Ping ignored him. These people thought highly of themselves. They were all young and full of vigor. They might get into trouble this time. His side was easy to deal with. At least he was afraid of death. Safety was his priority. However, it was hard to say for the other teams. This time there might be people who lost their lives. Fong Ping even suspected that the school would let the instructors watch the students die on purpose. That was because it could stimulate the students and let them experience the feeling of death. Every day, they would say that they might be in danger and that they might die. Who would care? However, if they saw the people around them die, these students would mature instantly. Fong Ping had thought of this before. Using the lives of a few people in exchange for the awakening of the entire new elite class was a worthwhile trade. Martial arts universities were just that realistic. Fong Ping did not say anything else. He used the computer in the training room to log into the mission system and chose a mission that he felt was suitable. As soon as he accepted the mission, Fong Ping received the detailed information. Name: Lin Jun. Gender: male. Age: 34 years old. Strength: middle stage rank 1. Hone 31 to 35 bones. No hot weapons. possible cold weapons, cultivation of basic fist and leg combat techniques. No special combat techniques. Case, August 30th, 2008. Escaped after causing death in a fight. The victim was an early-stage rank 1 martial artist. Case handed over to Magic City's Northern Stability District Department of Investigation Services. Mission takers can contact the Northern Stability District Department of Investigation Services for more information. Reward, $120,000 in cash. The mission introduction was more detailed. There were also many photos. After accepting the mission, Fong Ping said, "Tomorrow, we'll go to the Northern Stability District Department of Investigation Services to take a look." Tang Jingsong was about to question him when Fong Ping said mildly, "Let's talk to the Department of Investigation Services first and see what's going on. Then, we'll ask for the other party's general location. Of course, if you know where he is tonight, we'll go and arrest him tomorrow." Chapter 132. The next day, early in the morning, at the school gate, Fong Ping carried his handbag and waited at the gate. Soon, someone arrived. Zhou Shiping arrived quickly in a domestic car. He stuck his head out and greeted, "Student Fong Ping." "Good morning, teacher. You didn't drive?" Zhou Shiping's question left Fong Ping at a loss. Very quickly, Fong Ping understood the meaning of the words. Zhao Xiumei had arrived in a small car. Tang Songting had arrived in a flashy convertible sports car. As for the other 7 students, 3 of them had driven, and 4 of them had walked. There were 11 of them in total, and 6 of them had driven. Fong Ping felt the urge to vomit blood. Was it necessary? Perhaps because Zhou Shiping was out, he was a little more talkative, and he was a lot friendlier. He smiled and said, "It's more suitable to drive when carrying out a mission. Sometimes, it'll be very troublesome if the suspect drives instead of driving." Fong Ping wanted to say that he would not drive if he saw Wang Jinyang and Qin Fengqing. He thought about it. He had not interacted with them for long. Who knew if they had a car? Besides, they had probably been to the catacombs a lot, so they did not need to drive. Still, it seemed necessary to buy a car. Fong Ping muttered in his heart, but he did not show it on his face. He made arrangements immediately. "Everyone, find a car. I'll take Zhao Xiumei's car to the Northern Stability District Department of Investigation Services. Don't disperse." Okay. Everyone agreed and got into their cars. The Northern Stability District was north of Magic City. The university town was in the south, adjacent to the Southern Contribution District. The journey from MCMAU to the Northern Stability District was not short. In the car, Zhao Xiumei said excitedly, "I can finally take on a mission. Before I came to university, I knew that martial arts universities had missions that I could take on." Is there a need to be excited? Of course. What do you know? A martial arts university mission means that you can enforce the law openly and you get paid. This is different from being competitive. If you kill someone, it's against the law. Just like this time, if Lin Jun was in a martial arts university and asked for a normal duel and killed someone, he wouldn't be wanted. Or if you accepted the other party's mission and killed the other party, you'd get a reward. Martial artists with high vitality can sometimes be very impulsive. This kind of impulsiveness has to be vented, or else they will feel uncomfortable. Fong Ping was speechless. After a while, he said, "Take it easy. If you die, you'll lose everything." "I know, he's just a middle-stage rank 1 martial artist." Fong Ping said nothing. "You're talking as if you're not." The division of rank 1 martial artists was relatively simple. Those who had honed 1 limb were middle stage. Sometimes, the distinction between upper stage and peak was not so detailed. After tempering 2 limbs, one would be at the peak. As for the advanced stage, having more than 50 bones was considered the advanced stage. However, because the bones in the upper and lower limbs were different, the division was not too strict. No one wanted to make a strict division. They were all weaklings, so there was no need to make such a detailed division. After more than 50 minutes, Northern Stability District Department of Investigation Services. Although the Northern Stability District was a district, there were only 6 districts in Shanghai. Each district's population and economic strength were stronger than most prefecture-level cities. The Baiting branch of the Department of Investigation Services was magnificent. It was a modular building with more than 20 floors. Fong Ping and the others got out of the car one after another and registered their martial arts licenses at the entrance. 5 to 6 minutes later, someone came to receive them. Are you students from a martial arts university? The person who came to receive them was a man in his 30s. He had a masculine face and was dressed in plain clothes. Zhou Shiping did not even get out of the car. As the team leader, Fong Ping took the initiative and said, "We're students from Magic City Martial Arts University. We've accepted a mission from Northern Stability. We're here to ask if there's anything we should take note of." Is this your first time accepting a mission? Yes, I'm Fong Ping. I'm the team leader for this mission. Big brother, what's your name? Just call me Big Brother Zheng. Follow me. The man did not say much and led them into the Department of Investigation Services. They did not enter the main building. The man brought them to a large office in the annex. What's the mission you accepted? What's the serial number? 20080830117. His name is Lin Jun. The man turned on the computer and checked. Soon he said, a middle stage rank 1 martial artist. He's not very strong. The reason why we handed the mission to a martial arts university is because this guy wasted a lot of our time. Although he's not strong, he's very cunning and has a strong sense of anti-reconnaissance. He also knows people from the Department of Investigation Services very well. As soon as we get close, he'll notice us and move quickly. Right now, he should be around Northern Stability and Northern Suburbs. He's still in Northern Stability? The man with the surname Zheng nodded. Yes, someone met him before. That's why I said he's cunning. At the same time, he's very brave. Everyone knows that it's dark under the light. He showed up somewhere else and snuck back to Northern Stability. If we hadn't met him, we would have thought that he ran away. However, Northern Stability and Northern Suburbs aren't small. They have a large population. Big Brother Zheng, do you have a specific location? The man with the surname Zheng did not say much. He took out a map and pointed at the border between Northern Stability and Northern Suburbs. Someone met Lin Jun here. However, I'm not sure if he's still here. Maybe he ran away. Maybe he's still here. However, Lin Jun has a habit. He likes to gamble. The last time he killed someone, it was also because he gambled with someone. Right now, he might not be able to hold on. There are a few underground casinos near Northern Stability and Northern Suburbs. Underground casinos? That's the police's business. It has nothing to do with us. The man with the surname Zheng knew what he meant. He said casually, "Do as you see fit. If you want to snatch it, go ahead." However, if underground casinos can be opened, they must have made preparations to target martial artists. You might not be strong enough, so try not to stir up trouble. Before they let martial artists destroy social order, we won't do anything to them. However, if they get swept up by you, then they deserve it. Just let the police clean up the mess. Remember, you're not allowed to hurt normal people unless they attack you first, and there must be evidence. As for the rest, you'll slowly understand in the future. The man explained the situation. Finally, he gave Fong Ping and the others a new identification, the Department of Investigation Services Assisting Investigation Permit. Before they left, the man with the surname Zheng said, "Once the mission is completed, you can come to the Department of Investigation Services to settle the score. You can also settle the score at your martial arts university. The Martial Arts Assembly will regularly check on the completion of the mission with us. I'll remind you one last time, don't involve normal people. It's best if you don't arrest them in public when there are a lot of people. It'll cause a negative impact. The existence of martial artists is to calm people's hearts, not to act recklessly and destroy social order. When that time comes and the impact is bad, you'll have your credits deducted at the very least, and you'll have to bear legal responsibility at the very worst. I don't want you to become one of the members of the mission one day." Fong Ping nodded quickly. "That won't happen. We'll definitely pay attention to the impact." "Yes, and be careful," the man with the surname Zheng reminded. "Don't underestimate anyone. Even if they're normal people, martial artists, especially those in the lower 3 ranks, aren't invincible. They don't have indestructible bodies either. You're all MCMU geniuses. If you die here, it'll be a loss for humanity." "Thank you." Fong Ping thanked him and left with the others. Outside the Department of Investigation Services, Fong Ping looked at the others and thought for a while before making arrangements. It's unlikely that Lin Jun will come out during the day. Find a place to stay first. At night, form teams of 2 and go to the underground casinos to look for him. Once you've found him, don't act rashly. Fong Ping paused and looked at Tang Songding. Listen to what I've said. If anyone thinks they can take him down and take credit, then I don't mind. If he dies, don't blame me for not warning you. If you're not confident, then inform the others and act together. What if we can't find him? If we can't find him, the limit is 3 days. Give up immediately. If the mission fails, we'll only lose 10% of the reward. It's nothing. This time, no one had any objections. They drove to a hotel in the northern suburbs and booked a few rooms. While Fong Ping and the others were on the move, the other 4 teams were on the move as well. Magic City Martial Arts University. Huang Jing asked with a smile as he processed some documents. How's the situation? Chen Yunxi isn't suitable to be the captain. She doesn't have her own opinions. We'll see about the others. Fu Changding isn't bad. He's on good terms with his teammates and listened to everyone's opinions when he accepted the mission. Zhao Lei is still a little arrogant and independent. He accepted an early-stage rank 2 mission. It's a little troublesome. Yang Xiaoman is okay. Not bad. Fong Ping. Zhou Shiping was the one who reported Fong Ping's situation. Zhou Shiping paused for a while before smiling. The kid is reliable. He's a suitable captain candidate, but a little too reliable. We'll see about the others. Being steady is better than being aggressive. Through the earpiece, Tang Feng said, I know this kid. He's quick to take advantage of others and quick to run when he's at a disadvantage. His personality is okay, but I don't really like it. I think Fu Changding would be more suitable to lead the team during the championship. Fu Changding lacks some strength. He might not be able to suppress Zhao Lei. Everyone discussed for a while. Huang Jing laughed. Old Zhou, isn't that kid stable? Create some trouble for him and accept a rank 2 mission next time. Rank 2? Yes, change the mission. According to my calculations, he'll only accept a peak rank 1 mission next time. Try accepting an early-stage rank 2 martial artist for him. See how he reacts to unexpected situations and how he handles it. See if he can bring his team members back safely. As for the other teams, we'll see how they go. Zhao Lei is a little too aggressive. He just arrived and is already a rank 2. Does he really think that all rank 2 martial artists in the outside world are vitality martial artists? Northern Suburbs Hotel. Fong Ping sneezed and mumbled, Someone's trying to hurt me. Shaking his head, Fong Ping continued honing. MCMU was becoming more and more cruel to them. He had to improve his strength as soon as possible. At night, everyone split into 5 teams of 2 and went to the various underground casinos. Of course, although they were called underground casinos, they were actually just grassroots teams. At 10 p.m., one of the teams found Lin Jun's tracks. The 2 people who found Lin Jun did not act rashly. Instead, they informed everyone else. When Fong Ping rushed over, Lin Jun had already been taken down by Tang Jingsong. Seeing Fong Ping, Tang Songting curled his lips. He's as weak as a piece of trash. He wasted so much time and only got 120,000. 4 credits, 0. 4 credits per person. I told you, we should accept stronger missions. The mission was surprisingly smooth. Although Lin Jun was also a middle-stage rank 1 martial artist, he was defeated after a short fight with Tang Songting. It did not cause too much of a commotion. Tang Songting was unhappy that Fong Ping had wasted an entire day. He felt that he should have come directly in the morning because Lin Jun had been at the casino for the past few days. Zhao Xuemei said, Fong Ping went to the Department of Investigation Services to clarify the situation. Otherwise, it would not have been so easy to capture the other party. Then, after asking, we should act immediately. It's better at night. Besides, it won't take long. That's easy for you to say. Time is tight. Enough. Fong Ping barked coldly and interrupted. If you're not satisfied, you can leave now. Whoever else wants to leave, leave with Tang Songting. You guys do your missions. I can apply to the school to arrange for instructors to form another team for you. Why should I leave? Tang Soning's face was full of dissatisfaction. Fong Ping glanced at him and said nothing. After a while, he said faintly, "If you go against me again, I promise I'll find an opportunity to screw you over. If you don't believe me, you can try." Do you think I can do it? Tang Soning's expression changed again. He did not know, but he did not dare to take the risk. He already knew that Fong Ping had killed 2 peak rank 1 martial artists before. Otherwise, he would not have been so afraid to oppose Fong Ping. Fong Ping ignored him. He glanced at the half-dead Lin Jun and turned to leave, muttering, "This doesn't look good." The first mission was too easy. It was so easy that everyone was bursting with confidence and thought they could do anything. He had even planned to use the first mission to dampen everyone's enthusiasm. Fong Ping had already made his preparations. He would grind them out for 3 days to hone everyone's temperament. Who knew that the useless Lin Jun would be found in one night? Zhou Shiping was probably the only one who could understand Fong Ping's thoughts. He found it funny and thought to himself, "This time, I should be able to see something." When everyone was at their most confident, they received a rank 2 martial artist mission. He wanted to see how Fong Ping would deal with such a crisis. Escape? Fight to the death? Ask for help? Or something else like betraying his teammates? Based on what Fong Ping had said to Tang Songting earlier, betraying Tang Songting did not seem like an exaggeration at all. Would this happen? Martial arts universities did not only look at the student's abilities. Sometimes, whether or not to focus on training a student depended on many factors. As he thought about this, Zhou Shiping said calmly, "Tang Songting alone will get 25% of the reward. Zhao Qing and Zhou Yuehong will get 25%. The other 7 will get 50%. After calculating, Fong Ping and the others had worked hard for a whole day, but each of them did not even get 10,000 yuan. They did not even get half a credit. Even if the school doubled the reward, they would not get a single credit. Fong Ping did not say anything. Tang Songting looked pleased with himself. When they returned to the hotel, everyone discussed the second mission. This time, everyone requested to accept a peak rank 1 martial artist mission. Fong Ping thought about it and did not refuse. He accepted a mission from the military department. The mission was simple. They just had to know the other party's location and kill them. It was not difficult for 10 students to kill a peak rank 1 martial artist together. Chapter 133. After accepting the second mission, they did not go to the military department to inquire about the situation. Firstly, the military department was stationed far away. The office was half a day's journey away. Secondly, the mission content was very detailed. Name, Shifeng gender, male age, 39 years old strength. Peak rank 1, cultivation of combat techniques, proficient in punches and kicks, basic weaponry, carries an E-class shortsword, danger level. High suggestion. Peak rank 1 martial artist in a team of 3 or more, or rank 2 martial artist case. October 26, 2008, killed a peak rank 1 martial artist. Currently hiding in Magic City's eastern suburbs, Crystal Rocks Village. Reward, 15 credits. Note, strong ability, additional 5 credits. Reward. After accepting the mission, Fong Ping realized that he had an additional 5 credits reward. Normally, a peak rank 1 martial artist like this would be rewarded between 7 to 10 credits. When they first did not accept the mission and saw the 10 credits reward, everyone was already clamoring to accept it. Fong Ping did not reject them. However, when he accepted the mission, he realized that the reward had increased to 15 credits. Some martial artists who had just entered rank 2 would only be rewarded between 10 to 15 credits. This Shifeng actually had a reward of 15 credits. After accepting the mission, Fong Ping's expression changed slightly. He reminded them, normally, a peak rank 1 martial artist would not be rewarded more than 300,000 cash or 10 credits. However, this Shifeng is rewarded with 15 credits. I'm afraid his ability is higher than expected. Everyone be careful this time. Also, he has an E-class alloy weapon. He's not one of those poor vitality martial artists who can't even cultivate combat techniques. He can kill a peak rank 1 martial artist of the same rank. This mission gave many hints. Whether it was the suggestion to form a team of 3 peak rank 1 martial artists or the reward of credits later, it all meant that this Shifeng was not weak. At the very least, he was stronger than most peak rank 1 martial artists of the same rank. In Fang Ping's team, he, Zhao Xuemei, and Tang Songting all had alloy weapons. They were not weak either, but they were not peak rank 1 martial artists. As for the other 7, the least of them had only honed about 20 bones. Zhao Xuemei nodded. Tang Songting said proudly, peak rank 1 martial artists in MCMU are different from those in the outside world. Even if we haven't achieved twice honing and achieved a breakthrough, our vitality has far exceeded 150 calories. When I broke through as a martial artist, my vitality had already reached 170 calories. Now, my vitality is close to 240 calories, disregarding the number of bones honed. I would not lose to a peak rank 1 martial artist just by looking at vitality alone. In addition, our combat techniques and pole standing cultivation went hand in hand, and we received guidance from middle-ranked instructors. Fang Ping, you're underestimating MCMEU students. At the same rank, martial arts university students will not lose to anyone, even the powerhouses from the military department. That's because they have more combat experience than us. Rank 1 and Rank 2 martial artists from the outside world are not qualified to enter the catacombs. I think you're being too cautious. Although Tang Songting's words were annoying, he was not wrong. The students of the special training classes, even if they were not twice-honed martial artists, had a vitality higher than 150 calories when they broke through. When they reached Rank 1, their vitality would be higher than casual martial artists of the same level. Moreover, MCMAU students' development was more balanced. They would not have obvious shortcomings. This was also different from social martial artists. Some social martial artists might have cultivated combat techniques, but they might have just started pole standing. There were a total of 10 people this time. Fang Ping himself had killed a peak rank 1 martial artist from MCMU before, so Tang Songting did not think it would be too dangerous for them to team up. The others probably had the same thought. MCMU students were a little arrogant to begin with. Top students from Tsinghua University would not think that they were inferior to those self-taught people from the outside world. Fang Ping took a deep breath. After a while, he said, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm worrying too much and thinking too much. But it's better to be safe than sorry. You don't want your good life to end right after it's just started, do you? Act according to the situation. If you really encounter danger, the first thing you should do is to retreat. I know. We're not seeking death. If we really can't beat them, we'll just run. Tang Songting did not really want to die. If they really encountered an opponent they could not beat, of course they would run. Fang Ping did not need to remind him of this. Fang Ping saw this and did not say anything else. He began to pack his things. He had been wearing alloy combat boots. D-class brass knuckles were also worn by Fang Ping. He kept the only rank 2 vitality pill among the healing water that was distributed to him. Although he was not worried about vitality consumption, the rank 2 vitality pill could release a stronger vitality in a short period of time. Fang Ping's vitality had reached 290 calories. This kind of vitality was comparable to the average beginner rank 2 martial artist, maybe even higher. As long as they did not panic and did not make any mistakes, it was not impossible for them to fight a rank 2 martial artist. What was scary was that a bunch of rookies would panic when they encountered an enemy. If that happened, they would be defeated one by one. That would be troublesome. At 10 a.m. on the 3rd, everyone arrived at Clear Rocks Village in the eastern suburbs. Although Clear Rocks Village was also a village in the eastern suburbs, it was different from the villages in the countryside. In Magic City, even the suburbs were more prosperous. There were goose houses, restaurants, and factories in Clear Rocks Village. It was more developed than most small towns. The village was close to the harbor. Shifeng was hiding here. According to speculation, he was preparing to escape by sea. The military department had thrown the task to martial arts universities. Perhaps it was because the catacombs had been more troublesome recently and they did not have enough manpower, so they did not personally come to handle it. Fang Ping suspected that the peak rank 1 martial artist that Shifeng killed might be related to the military department. Otherwise, This task would usually be assigned to the Department of Investigation Services. If it was as he guessed, Shirfong would not be weak. The martial artists of the military department were not weaklings. When he arrived at Clear Rock's village, Fong Ping contacted the military department. The person who communicated with Fong Ping and the others did not say much. He only said a few simple sentences, gave a detailed address, and reminded them to be careful before hanging up. Fong Ping hung up. After some thought, he asked Zhou, Shiping beside him, "Teacher, if we even know the detailed address, the military department should be able to pick out a rank 2 or 3 martial artist, right? Are these tasks meant for rookies to gain experience? Other than not interfering with the tasks, Zhou Shiping answered everything he knew. He smiled and said, "That's part of it, but experience is only one thing. There's another thing, a warning." "Warning?" "Yes," Zhou Shiping said in a low voice. "Because martial artists have superior strength, their mentality may change. They think that they are omnipotent, that they belong to the privileged class, and that killing a few people is nothing. Rookies especially are more likely to have such thoughts. These tasks are given to rookies to let you know that even martial artists have to bear the corresponding responsibility if they make a mistake. If you act recklessly, one day, you'll be one of the members who carry out the task." Fong Ping nodded slightly, answering one of his doubts. Of course, it was also related to the lack of manpower. Right now, all the entrances to the catacombs were not peaceful. The martial arts university students had nothing better to do, and this could save them a lot of time. With the detailed address, there was no need to search everywhere. Fong Ping looked at Zhao Xuemei and the others and said, "It's better to act at night. There are more people here during the day, and it'll easily cause a negative impact. Go down, Zhao Xuemei, and I will go check out the situation." Someone in the team thought for a while before saying, "Won't it be a little unsafe at night? If the other party escapes, we don't have night vision. Now that we know the detailed address, we don't have to try our luck like we did with Lin Jun yesterday. During the day, many people have jobs and won't be at home. I think it might be better to act during the day. There won't be many people at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and it's hard to say if he'll still be at home at night. It's more likely that he'll be hiding at home during the day because he's wanted." Fong Ping glanced at him. This person was called Zhao Qing. His strength was not bad, and he was the first to discover Lin Jun. He was also calm and did not act rashly. Putting forward such an opinion now was different from Tang Songting going against him. After thinking for a while, Fong Ping nodded slightly and said, "What you said makes sense. How about this? We'll act together in the afternoon. Since we're acting during the day, if we go too often, we'll attract attention and let the other party escape. We might as well act when we find him." After the discussion, everyone did not hesitate anymore. They found a hotel and settled down. 2:30 p.m. Fong Ping and the others left the hotel and went straight to the east side of the village. It was closer to the harbor, and Shifeng had rented a house there. In Magic City, it was not uncommon to see people renting houses in suburban villages like Clear Rock's village. Many of them were migrant workers who came from other places for cheap money and did not care about the environment. It was easy to rent a house here. One just had to pay a deposit. It did not matter if the contract was signed or not, as long as the rent was paid normally. The east side of the village was different from the front of the village. The environment was much worse. The front of the village was the facade, and the residential houses were all buildings. Many of the houses here were small detached houses. The houses were old and small. At this moment, Zhou Shiping was nowhere to be seen. Zhou Shiping would not follow them all the time during missions. He might observe in the dark or go to the toilet. Fong Ping's thoughts ran wild as he walked. After looking at the house numbers for a while, Fong Ping said in a low voice, "It's the one in front." Everyone looked at the old house in front. Sure, Fong probably did not want to interact with people, so the place he lived was a distance away from the other houses. "Zhou Yuehong, Wu Kupeng, Zhang Hao. You guys stand guard outside. Don't let passersby come in. Tang Songting, go knock on the door and see if he's there." "Me?" Tang Songting's face turned green. He was confident, but what if he was attacked if he knocked on the door alone? Fong Ping said mildly, "You're stronger. You won't die so soon." Besides, the other party might not dare to open the door. Since he's here and the mission has been accepted, there's no other choice but to swarm him and take him down. We'll just stand guard. Don't worry. As long as he's there, we'll come out immediately. But are you going or not? Tang Songting gritted his teeth and said hatefully, I'll go. We'll distribute according to contribution anyway. I just want to know if he's there. Go. Fong Ping ignored him. After making the arrangements, he approached the house with Zhao Xiumei and the others and squatted on both sides. Some of the others went to patrol the perimeter to prevent passers-by from coming over. In reality, there were not many people loitering around at this time. Tang Songting took a deep breath and stepped forward. He gathered his thoughts and stood a distance away from the door. He stretched out his hand and started knocking. Knock, knock, knock. Is anyone home? The house was very quiet. Tang Songting knocked twice, but no one answered. Tang Songting turned his head and glanced at Fong Ping. Fong Ping motioned for him to continue. Tang Songting had no choice but to continue knocking. Open the door. Stop pretending. Your family threw their trash in front of our house. Stop pretending. It's definitely your family's doing. As soon as he said that, there was some movement in the house. After a while, someone replied, I didn't throw any trash here. Tang Songting's expression changed slightly. He looked at Fong Ping again. Fong Ping motioned for him to continue knocking. Although this was a village residence, the door was iron and not wooden. Kicking the door would make too much noise. Open the door first. Who knows if it was your family who threw it? You just moved here recently. It wasn't like this before. There was some movement inside the door, but it was very faint. Fong Ping leaned against the wall and listened for a while. Suddenly, his expression changed. He growled, Retreat! Tang Songting's reaction was not slow. He hurriedly retreated. Just as he retreated, a hole suddenly appeared in the iron door. A sharp blade stabbed through the door. Immediately after, the iron door opened a gap. A silhouette dashed out at lightning speed. Without stopping, it ran directly toward the shore not far away. Obviously, the other party had no intention of fighting. At this time, Fong Ping also dashed out and kicked at the running silhouette. The other party did not bother him. He paused for a moment, avoided Fong Ping's kick, and continued running. Tang Songting, who was behind him, had a lingering fear. At this time, he also reacted and chased from behind. Zhao Xiumei and the other two also came out of their hiding places and began to surround Shifeng. Shifeng, you can't run. Behind him, Tang Songting shouted. He raised his alloy saber and slashed at Shifeng's back. Shifeng had just been blocked by Fong Ping. At this time, he was not far from Tang Songting. Feeling the movement behind him, Shifeng dodged again. Still not bothering him, he continued to run forward. From the side, Fong Ping swept his leg again. On the other side, Zhao Xiumei had also brought her own weapon, a long staff forged from alloy. The long staff was aimed at Shifeng's chest. There were obstructions in front and behind him. Shifeng had no choice but to stop and dodge to the side. After avoiding their attacks, Shifeng finally revealed his face. He looked exactly like the photo everyone had seen. When Shifeng stopped, Zhao Xiumei and the others also stopped. Seeing this, Fong Ping shouted, What are you looking at? Do it! At this time, since they had confirmed that he was the target, should they stop and chat? The few of them reacted immediately. They did not make a sound and quickly surrounded Shifeng. Shifeng also roughly understood the situation. He said in a low voice, Martial Arts University students? His voice was not loud, and he did not expect them to answer. Seeing that it was a group of young people, Shifeng already had an idea. They were not from the military or Department of Investigation Services. They were martial arts university students. Taking a few more steps back, Shifeng did not wait for anyone to answer. Instead, he looked around. At this moment, Zhao Qing and the others also quickly surrounded him. A group of people. Seeing that it was a group of people, Shifeng was not as anxious as he was at the beginning. Martial arts university students and powerhouses usually acted alone. A group of people surrounding him meant that they were not very strong. The few people who attacked him earlier did not react too quickly either. This made Shifeng feel slightly relieved. After looking around quickly, Shifeng's gaze quickly landed on Zhao Xuemei. Zhao Xuemei's direction was near the sea. Although this group of people was not strong, Shifeng had no intention of tangling with them. If he was discovered, it was better to run than to fight. Who knew if there would be more people coming? He had the strength of rank 2, and now it seemed like all the people coming out were rank 1. This did not fit the style of the military and martial arts universities. Thinking of this, Shifeng's movements were not slow. Ignoring the few people beside him, Shifeng ran directly toward Zhao Xuemei. Seeing this, Zhao Xuemei swept her long staff, aiming for Shifeng's head. Shifeng's head dodged slightly, his body twisting. His hand suddenly grabbed Zhao Xuemei's long staff. Fang Ping, who had just caught up, saw this and his eyes narrowed. He shouted, "Retreat!" Zhao Xuemei did not understand, but she did not hesitate. Her long staff shook, and she retreated hurriedly. Shifeng did not entangle himself. Zhao Xuemei retreated. There was no one blocking his way, so he immediately ran. Fang Ping's footsteps were slightly slower, but when he saw that Tang Songting had once again caught up to Shifeng, he gritted his teeth and said loudly, "He's rank 2. He's honed his hand bones." This time, everyone suddenly came to their senses. Everyone did not react before, but now they remembered that the information said that Shifeng honed his lower limbs. However, Zhao Xuemei's full-force strike was easily caught by the other party. This was not something a rank 1 martial artist who honed his lower limbs could do. Shifeng, who was running away, was stunned. He doesn't know I'm rank 2? Not from a martial arts university? Although he thought this, Shifeng did not hesitate and continued to run. Tang Songting, however, said loudly, "He's just entered rank 2. If he fails, his credits will be deducted. Don't let him get away." When the others heard this, they subconsciously continued to intercept him. Although Fang Ping wanted to stop chasing, the others insisted on fighting to the death. He could not just stand by and watch. Initially, Shifeng wanted to continue running, but suddenly he stopped in his tracks. He stopped, his face filled with fear and sternness. "Kill one to break even," Shifeng muttered inaudibly. This time, he did not run. He turned his head to look at Tang Songting and the others who were chasing him. "Do you think I'm a training target?" Shifeng was not stupid. He quickly understood what he meant. His eyes flashed red. There was a powerhouse in front of him. He could not run. He would definitely die this time. At the same time, Fang Ping also felt a flash of rich vitality force. He cursed F***CK. He instantly understood. That must be Zhou Shiping. Chapter 134. At that moment, there were powerhouses blocking their way. Shifeng knew he was going to die. This kind of person was not to be trifled with. Fang Ping wanted everyone to retreat, but when he saw Zhao Qing and the others closing in, and Shifeng stopping, he knew they could not run now. If he ran, he might be fine, but Zhao Qing and the others might be killed. Would Zhou Shiping show up? Fang Ping did not know. Some martial arts university instructors were cold-blooded. They had seen many deaths. They might care about their own, but they were indifferent to the lives of others. If Zhao Qing and the others were seriously injured or killed, it would motivate Fang Ping and the others to pursue greater strength. To them, it would all be worth it. It's not undefeatable. Now that things had come to this, they could talk about it later. The most important thing now was not to panic. It would be troublesome if they were defeated one by one. Fang Ping shouted, "Everyone else, retreat. Tang Zhao, surround with me." As soon as Fang Ping finished speaking, Shifeng moved, heading straight for Zhao Xuemei. Compared to Tang Songting's saber, the staff was less dangerous. As for Fang Ping, it was obvious he was the leader. He was not as easy to kill as this woman. Zhao Xuemei already knew her opponent was a rank 2 martial artist. Her eyes flashed, and the staff quickly stabbed at Shifeng's chest. Tang Songting's saber also slashed at her from behind. Fong Ping straightened his toes and kicked at Shi Feng's kneecap. Shi Feng did not change his mind. He reached out to grab the staff again. This time, Zhao Xuemei did not retreat. Shi Feng did not evade either. The moment he grabbed the staff, the sound of metal colliding came from his right hand. Shi Feng ignored the numbness in his hand. His vitality was fully unleashed, and he yanked the staff forward. Zhao Xuemei's body staggered slightly. Her vitality was not as good as her opponent's, and she had not honed her upper limbs. She quickly shook the staff. This time, the effect was not obvious. Shi Feng had no intention of evading. Zhao Xuemei was no match for him. "Come here," Shi Feng roared. His legs leaped up, avoiding Fong Ping's puncture kick. At the same time, Zhao Xuemei was still wrestling with him. Unexpectedly, Shi Feng abruptly released his strength, following her pull, and was pulled forward by Zhao Xuemei. Zhao Xuemei's expression changed, and she hurriedly retreated. Shi Feng, however, had his eyes on her. He ignored Fong Ping, who was beside him, and Tang Songting, who was behind him. Straightening his spine, his right leg lashed out at Zhao Xuemei's waist. At this moment, Zhao Xuemei had to either abandon the staff or endure the blow. Without any hesitation, Zhao Xuemei released her grip and retreated once more. The moment she stepped back, the alloy staff landed in Shi Feng's hands. Shi Feng grabbed the staff with both hands and turned around to hack at Tang Songting. At this moment, Tang Songting also slashed down with his saber. Clang! The sound of metal clashing could be heard instantly. Tang Songting's perlicue was numb. In terms of strength, he was far weaker than Shi Feng. Shi Feng's strike instantly caused him to lose his balance. F***CK. Fong Ping cursed. He did not know if he was cursing Zhao Xuemei or someone else. For these rank 1 and 2 martial artists, the effectiveness of their weapons was still very obvious. Now that Zhao Xuemei had lost her weapon, even if Shi Feng did not know any staff techniques, he would still be able to defeat her. However, he used brute force to slash, and if he was hit, the consequences would be unimaginable. His mind was no longer filled with random thoughts. He looked at Zhao Xuemei and roared, "You go up, I'll go down. Tang, hold them off for a while." Tang Songting groaned inwardly. He could only clench his hands and hold his saber to meet his opponent head-on. He had honed the bones of his upper limbs. If Shi Feng relied solely on the strength of his upper limbs to hack at him, he would not be completely defenseless. Clang clang could be heard continuously as Shi Feng continued to hack at him. Zhao Xuemei pursed her lips and attacked Shi Feng from behind, forcing him to keep dodging. Fong Ping, who had just said he would attack his lower body, straightened his right leg and kicked at Shi Feng's right arm. Shi Feng heard the sound and glanced at it from the corner of his eye. His expression changed slightly, and he whipped out his right leg, instantly colliding with the tip of Fong Ping's foot. Pooh! The power of Fong Ping's foot exceeded Shi Feng's expectations. The tip of Fong Ping's foot pierced directly into his flesh. "You're asking for it?" Shi Feng felt a sharp pain. His eyes were bloodshot. He raised his staff and stopped hacking at Tang Songting. Instead, he looked like he was going to smash Fong Ping's head. Tang Songting, whose perlicue was torn, did not think of anything else. Instead, he heaved a sigh of relief. Fong Ping also thought that Shi Feng was provoked by him and wanted to attack him, so he quickly dodged. However, he did not expect that Shi Feng was just faking it. The staff suddenly changed direction and swept at Tang Songting. Bang! Crack! The sound of bones cracking could be heard. Tang Songting's face instantly turned pale, and his left arm drooped. Without time to counterattack, Tang Songting retreated hurriedly. Shi Feng's move was successful. Fong Ping was still dodging when Zhao Xuemei kicked his back. Shi Feng staggered slightly, but he laughed coldly. Ignoring the pain in his back and leg, he continued to chase Tang Songting. Tang Songting's left arm was crippled, and his strength was greatly reduced. If he was caught again, he would most likely be beaten to death. Fong Ping could not care less about the impact of his misjudgment. He hurriedly started chasing. However, when he saw the staff in Shi Feng's hand sweeping at him, He immediately took a step back in frustration. "Give me the saber, and you step back," Fong Ping shouted. Not far away, Tang Songting hesitated, but he quickly made up his mind. Gritting his teeth, he tossed the saber at Fong Ping and retreated. "Zhao Qing, you guys hold him off for a moment," Fong Ping shouted again. Zhao Qing and the others did not hesitate. They let Shifeng catch up to Tang Songting. Without his saber, Tang Songting could very well be killed. If Tang Songting died, it would be a mess. Once there was a mess, it would be over. Once they stopped him, Shifeng did not bother. He swung his staff and was about to knock the saber away when Zhao Xuemei cooperated with him and kicked his arm. Shifeng dodged slightly, and Fong Ping caught the saber. Once the saber was in his hand, Fong Ping was much more courageous. He swung the saber and slashed. Clang! The saber and staff collided again. Fong Ping felt his arm go numb. Shifeng's expression also changed. His opponent's vitality was no weaker than his. Clang! The sound of the collision continued. After all, Shifeng was not used to using a staff, so he felt like he was restricting himself. Gritting his teeth, Shifeng dodged the saber and swung his staff at Zhao Xuemei, who was helping from the side. Fong Ping's saber missed. He quickly changed direction and slashed at Shifeng's waist. With a rip, Shifeng's clothes were cut, and his waist was immediately bleeding. Although the saber did not cut him, Shifeng ignored it and hit Zhao Xuemei's right leg. Bang! Ah! Zhao Xuemei screamed and retreated quickly. Large drops of sweat rolled down her face. Bastard! Fong Ping panicked. Zhao Xuemei and Tang Songting were both injured. Although Shifeng was also injured, he had lost two of their strongest fighters, and Shifeng's injuries were not serious. I can't continue. Fong Ping had been attacking, but did not dare to fight head-on. If something went wrong, he would retreat immediately. This also made it difficult for him to hold the enemy back. At this moment, he did not have time to reflect on his cowardice. Fong Ping made up his mind. He did not believe that Zhou Shiping would watch them all die. At most, he would just suffer some injuries. Thinking of this, Fong Ping hesitated no more. His saber quickly slashed at Shifeng. Shifeng had also noticed Fong Ping's weakness. Seeing this, he did not block, but swung his staff at Fong Ping's right leg. This time, Fong Ping did not retreat immediately like before. His saber slashed down without hesitation. Pooh! Bang! The saber hit Shifeng's left arm. Fong Ping's face was pale. He felt like his right leg did not belong to him anymore. Before he could scream, Shifeng let out a blood-curdling scream. Smack! His left arm fell off. He had just entered rank 2. Although his hand bones had been honed, it was not to the extent of honing his arm. The alloy saber was extremely sharp. One slash, and his left arm was cut off. Seeing this, Fong Ping did not care about the pain. He roared, "Let's go together and kill him." Zhao Qing and the others heard this and immediately surrounded him. Tang Songting and Zhao Xuemei did not care about their pain. Fong Ping roared again, "You guys restrain his staff. I'll kill him." He was worried about the alloy staff. If he was hit in the head by this staff, he would die too. However, as long as he could restrain him, the one-armed Shifeng might not be able to withstand more than a few slashes. Fong Ping had just finished shouting when the pale-faced Shifeng suddenly abandoned the staff. He had completed honing his lower limbs. Now that he had lost an arm, using the staff would instead restrain his ability. Although the staff had its advantages, it also reduced Shifeng's space. Now that he abandoned the staff, Shifeng went straight for Zhao Qing and the others. Although they were not strong, they were a hindrance to him. Zhao Qing's face was pale, but he did not retreat. Behind him, Fong Ping did not hesitate this time. Ignoring the pain in his leg, he swung his saber and slashed. Seeing this, Zhao Xuemei and the others attacked from different directions. Shifeng's eyes flashed fiercely. Without hesitation, he punched at Zhao Qing. Zhao Qing swung his fist to block. Their fists collided instantly. Zhao Qing retreated, his face flushed. Shifeng's punch pushed him back. Only then did he crouch down and kick at Fong Ping, who was behind him, as if his leg had no bones. Fong Ping's right leg was slightly inconvenient, but he forced himself to stand. His left leg straightened, the tip of his foot jabbing at Feng. He did not hesitate either. The saber made an explosive sound as it rubbed against the air. The saber slashed at Feng's head. Die! Feng had lost his left arm and was surrounded by so many people. There was also a powerhouse waiting outside. He knew he would die without a doubt, so he did not dodge this time. Before the saber landed, their legs came into contact. Bam! Flesh and bone collided. Fong Ping's face paled again. He felt like his toes were about to break. In the next moment, Fong Ping's saber hit Feng. It did not hit his head, but his collarbone. Feng's eyes were bloodshot, but he laughed coldly. His right hand pressed down on the saber, preventing Fong Ping from pulling it out. He lifted his leg and kicked at Fong Ping again. Fong Ping cursed under his breath. He did not let go of the saber. He increased the force in his hand and jabbed his left leg again. With a chi, the tip of Fong Ping's foot sank deep into the flesh of his opponent's calf. Feng's face was pale. He glared at Fong Ping, then looked at the others who were attacking him. The difference between rank 2 and rank 1 was not enough to make one despair. At this moment, he was seriously injured. His collarbone was cut by Fong Ping, and his leg was injured. His right arm was pressed against the saber, unable to move. He could only let others kick him. I didn't expect to be killed by you brats. Feng gritted his teeth. Blood seeped from his mouth. Suddenly, his right hand let go of the saber and grabbed Tang Songting. Tang Songting's left arm was waving his right fist, ready to hit Feng's head. Feng suddenly gave up on pressing down on the saber. His right hand grabbed Tang Songting's right fist, and with a pull, he grabbed Tang Songting. His eyes were bloodshot, and he smashed his head into Tang Songting's head. Even if he had to die, he would not be satisfied until he killed one of them. Save me! Tang Songting was terrified. He could not lift his left arm, and his right arm was grabbed. It looked like it was about to collide with the other's head. Fong Ping had no time to pull out the saber stuck in his collarbone. He abandoned the saber, clenched his fists, and punched at Feng's head. Bang! Fong Ping did not stop. He continued punching. Bang, bang, bang. Due to inertia, Feng continued to hold onto Tang Songting's arm. Their heads finally collided. Ah! Tang Songting screamed. But he realized that his head did not explode as he imagined. It only hurt a little. He opened his eyes, and this time, he screamed even louder. Quick, get him away! Tang Songting's face was as white as a sheet. In his field of vision, an unknown liquid kept dripping from Feng's head. It was Fong Ping. At this moment, Feng was still holding on to him tightly. Their heads were inches apart, and Tang Songting could feel some of the liquid splattering on his face. No one paid attention to him. Fong Ping continued punching. Zhao Xuemei and the others kept punching until Feng was completely motionless. Only then did they stop breathing heavily. Let's see if he's still breathing. Fong Ping sat on the ground, panting. In his heart, however, he knew that Feng was definitely dead. If he did not die after that, then Feng really had an immortal body. Among the crowd, a few uninjured members walked forward cautiously. Someone kicked Feng harshly before reaching for his neck. After a while, he sighed in relief. He's dead. That's good. As he said that, Fong Ping did not care about the others. He pulled up his pants and looked. His right calf was a dark purple. Fong Ping cursed under his breath when he tried to circulate his vitality to feel it. His bones were not broken, but the injury was not light. He would need to recuperate for a while to recover. Only then did Fong Ping look at the others. How are you guys? Tang Songting's face was still pale. He did not look at Feng, who was on the ground. He said in a low voice, My left arm is slightly broken. I need to rest for a few days. I need to take at least a rank 1 bone honing pill. A rank 1 bone honing pill was worth 15 credits. The mission reward was given to him alone to make up for the loss. Zhao Shumei also said in a low voice, My right calf is injured. I need to recuperate. A bone in my hand is broken. Zhao Qing, who was beside them, clutched his hand. His expression did not look too good. A rank one-bone honing pill was necessary for a broken bone. Even a bone honing pill might not be enough. Perhaps other healing pills were needed. The others were fine. Although some were affected, their injuries were not serious. Fong Ping did not console them. He said mildly, "This is what a rank 2 martial artist is like. There were 10 of us. Although we won in the end, this mission was a huge loss. My opponent is probably not that strong among the rank 2 martial artists. At least, that's the feeling he gave me. His upper limbs were just honed and not yet completed. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to chop off his left arm. If his left arm hadn't been broken, we might not even be alive right now." Zhao Xuemei blamed herself. "I'm sorry. It's my fault." She had thrown away her alloy staff, causing it to become Shi Feng's weapon. That was why the others did not dare to get close to him. Of course, if they had gotten close, the outcome might not have been better. Tang Songting did not say anything. Fong Ping exhaled and said, "It's all the same. We all made mistakes. Fortunately, the outcome is still good. I don't want to criticize anyone. I made a mistake myself this time. Fortunately, no one panicked. It's better than I expected." Zhao Qing and the others did not run. If one or two of them ran and did not block Shi Feng's way, Shi Feng might have killed Tang Songting. With the death of Tang Songting, Shi Feng would have less to worry about. More people might die later on. Fong Ping did not bring up the matter anymore. He did not care about the others' expressions and went forward to search Shi Feng's body. When Huang Bin escaped, he had many good things on him. Did Shi Feng not have any? Wu Kepeng, Zhou Yuehong, go check the house. Bring the saber on the door and search for other things. Okay. The two of them hurried to the rental house, not far away. Fong Ping said, "Zhang Hao, Lu Dasheng, the two of you guard the perimeter. Don't let anyone come in." After the arrangements were made, Fong Ping found something. He took it out from Shi Feng's shirt pocket. After looking at it for a while, his face lit up. "Rank 1 bone honing pills. How many?" Tang Songting asked hurriedly. 3. "That's good." Tang Songting breathed a sigh of relief. 3 rank 1 bone honing pills were not a small amount. After a while, Wu Keping and Zhou Yuehong came out. Zhou Yuehong said immediately, 1 alloy dagger, 200,000 in cash, and 5 normal vitality pills. According to the market price, the pills were worth 2 million, and the dagger was worth about 500,000. Including the cash, it was 7 million. That was why the mission rewards were not much. These martial artists all had some good stuff on them. Put the things away first. We'll distribute them later. Let's go talk to Teacher Zhou first. Fong Ping gritted his teeth. Although no one died this time, they were all injured. Only children who cried would get milk. Even if he could not get back at them, he had to talk to them. Chapter 135. Fong Ping and the others found Zhou Shiping in no time. Or rather, Zhou Shiping took the initiative to come over. Zhou Shiping shook his head when he saw their sorry state. 10 of them, 3 of them carrying alloy weapons. Fong Ping's vitality isn't any weaker than Shi Feng's, but all of them were injured in the end. Their performance was average. Shi Feng isn't that strong. Under normal circumstances, Fong Ping, Zhao Xuemei, or Tang Songting could win. Instructor, I remember the mission stated that I'm at peak rank 1. Fong Ping gritted his teeth. It's very normal. Some martial artists break through at the last minute. No one can say for sure. He could look at the information, but he couldn't trust it completely. Actually, you can tell something from the reward of 15 credits. Martial arts university students aren't idiots. Don't tell me you can't even tell this? After Zhou Shiping said that, he commented one by one. Zhao Xuemei made a serious mistake this time. She lost her weapon during the mission and even gave it to her opponent. This is fatal. Since he couldn't protect his weapon, it was safer not to use it. Tang Songting was the same. His combat awareness was weak. When Shi Feng had feigned an attack on Fong Ping, Tang Songting had let his guard down, resulting in the injury to his left arm. Fong Ping, you're too worried about getting hurt. As soon as Shifeng attacked, you would dodge. Even if you clashed head-on, Shifeng might not be able to do anything to you. If you can pin down Shifeng, the others won't get hurt. Zhao Qing's performance wasn't bad, but his brain wasn't sharp enough. Back then, when Shifeng was at his wit's end, Zhao Qing actually tried to fight him head-on. If it weren't for Shifeng wanting to kill someone stronger, you would have definitely died. The others are slightly weaker. Of course, it's already good enough that they didn't run around and create obstacles for Fong Ping and the others. After commenting for a while, Zhou Shiping said, "This time, Fong Ping will take 25%, Tang Songting and Zhao Qing 20%, Zhao Xuemei 15%, and the rest 20%. Zhao Xuemei had put in a lot of effort, but because she had lost her alloy staff, she had almost caused heavy casualties. She was allocated less than Tang Songting and the rest. Fong Ping did not care about that. Instead, he questioned, "Teacher," when Shifeng was about to leave, someone unleashed a vitality outburst. "Was it you?" "Not bad. That shouldn't be possible, right? Carrying out the mission is our own business. Even if you don't help us, you shouldn't make it more difficult for us." Also, Shifeng did not just break through to rank 2, but his quest was peak rank 1. The mission given by the military is false information. Zhou Shiping smiled faintly and said, "Then what are you going to do?" "The mission reward will be doubled. The original 15 credits will be doubled by the school, which will be 30 credits. Now just give us 60 credits. That's bold of you. 60 credits. That's all a rank 3 martial artist can do. Instructor, martial arts universities have rules. You're the instructor leading the team, a rank 6 powerhouse. Naturally, we wouldn't dare to do anything to you. But this time, you broke the rules and almost caused our team to be wiped out. Don't tell me that MCMEU doesn't follow the rules at all?" Zhou Shiping could not help but laugh. After a while, he nodded slightly and said, "All right, then 60 credits it is. This is the only time. But Fong Ping, I still have to remind you, when you're really fighting, don't think too much. If you're afraid of getting hurt, you might die even faster." "I understand." Fong Ping did not say much. This time, he was indeed a little hesitant. From the beginning, he had been wondering if he should retreat. Halfway through, he was a little afraid that rank 2 martial artists would risk their lives to fight him. He hadn't hesitated like this back at school. At that time, he also had the thought of killing the other party. This time, however, he was hesitant, because the other party was rank 2, and because Fong Ping felt that he could run if he really could not do it. Once he had this thought, he did not dare to risk his life. "I'm still afraid," Fong Ping said quietly. Actually, ever since the last time, when he saw 2 students die, he had been a little afraid. Martial arts university students could die too. Was it cowardly? Perhaps. Being afraid of death was normal, but it was not right to be afraid of death during a battle. "I need to adjust my mentality." Fong Ping exhaled and did not say anything else. He had taken 25% of the 60 credits reward, which was 15 credits. Including the 1 credit from last time, he had almost 16 credits in 2 days. Other than that, there was the following distribution. Fong Ping received a rank 1 bone honing pill and a normal vitality pill, in addition to the compensation given by the school before he left and the vitality pill he received last month. Currently, Fong Ping had 31 normal vitality pills, 1 rank 1 bone honing pill, 1 rank 1 vitality pill, 1 bottle of healing water, and 1 rank 2 vitality pill. In terms of credits, because he had been the class monitor for a month, plus the 10 credits he received when he joined the class, he had 31 credits. Now that the mission reward was 16 credits, he had a total of 47 credits. His cash had also exceeded 6 million, of which 5 million was won in the boxing market. Since he had not received his credits, his wealth had not increased yet. However, with the pills he had received previously and the distribution this time, Fong Ping's wealth had increased instead of decreasing. It had reached 11 million. One's mentality could be changed. After 2 missions, Fong Ping had become less talkative and had gradually gotten used to it. Tang Songting was not as arrogant as before because of his injuries. In the next 2 days, no one accepted any missions. Instead, they returned to school to recuperate. While they were recuperating, the other 4 teams were still carrying out missions. On the 5th, there was news. Something had happened to Zhao Lei's team. Zhao Lei's team had accepted a rank 2 mission right from the start. Although Zhao Lei had prepared for a few days before going on the mission, who among them had actually fought a rank 2 martial artist to the death. During the mission, because of a team member's mistake, there was 1 death and 3 injuries. Finally, there was a death. Actually, Fong Ping had already expected that this would happen. Although the instructors were leading the team, they would most likely not intervene unless the entire team was annihilated. The one leading Zhao Lei's team was Luo Yichuan, a famous rank 6 powerhouse. If a powerhouse like this were to intervene, even rank 5 or 6 martial artists would have a hard time causing any casualties, let alone rank 2. This time, however, someone had died. In the training room, Fong Ping's team was not the only one who had received the news. Chen Yunqi's team had returned as well. The 2 teams stared at each other in the training room. The atmosphere was eerily quiet. After a long time, someone said in a low voice, "The instructors won't intervene, not unless we all die." This time, Lu Kunqiang died. Next time, it might be us. We're not twice-owned martial artists. Even if we die, it'll be in vain. Everyone be careful. Don't harbor any illusions. Don't pity anyone. If we don't kill them, we might be the ones who die. Strength. Strength is the most important thing. Zhao Lei is leading the team. Zhao Lei won't be the one who dies. Fong Ping, I heard that you guys met a rank 2 martial artist too. It's luck that no one died. I think the school can't wait for a few of them to die. Is there a need to be so cruel? We're still freshmen. So what if we're freshmen? Didn't you hear what the dean said? It's not a pity for freshmen to die, because the school doesn't invest a lot of resources. Damn it. Stop complaining. We should have understood after we entered the special training class and signed the life and death agreement. Instructor Tang Feng also said that the rewards given before were actually money to buy our lives. Everyone was discussing fervently. Chun Yunxi, who had always been timid, bit her lip and said nothing. Someone said in a low voice, "The school didn't say that we have to carry out missions all the time. Why don't we rest for a few more days?" At this moment, many people in Fong Ping's team were looking at him. According to the original plan, they would continue with the mission tomorrow. Fong Ping took a deep breath and said in a low voice, "The mission now isn't too difficult. The school is also giving us a lot of rewards. If we don't work hard now, we might not have another chance like this in the future." There's only one instructor. Do you think he'll save us? It's the same with or without him. Fong Ping mocked. Zhou Shiping had shown up before, but now he was gone. All right then. Tang Songting gritted his teeth and nodded. By the 20th, I might be able to hone 45 bones. I've been improving fast recently. Me too, Zhao Shuamei added. She looked at Fong Ping and said, "Actually, you can even handle a peak rank 1 martial artist alone." Fong Ping waved his hand. Accepting a mission doesn't mean you can find someone immediately. You have to look for them, ask for information, and make other arrangements. Working alone is even slower. He was right. Zhao Shuamei did not say anything else. The group quickly split into 2 groups. Zhao Shuamei and Tang Songting led 4 people, while Fong Ping led 3. Fong Ping did not know which team Zhou Shiping was following. These rank 6 instructors did not want to reveal their whereabouts, so Fong Ping and the others could not find them. As for the mission evaluation, Fong Ping did not care what Zhou Shiping planned. When the team completed their first mission, Fong Ping knew that Zhou Shiping was not following him. However, the school still arranged for an instructor to come over. A rank 5 instructor that he was not too familiar with assigned tasks to everyone. On the 15th of November, Fong Ping and the others had completed 2 missions after splitting up. It had been 10 days since they left the school. At the beginning of the month, Fong Ping had honed 40 bones. Now, the number of bones Fong Ping had honed was increasing at an average of 1 every 2 days. By the 15th, Fong Ping had honed 47 bones. Wealth, 88,000,000 vitality, 297 calories, 297 calories, mentality, 259 hertz, 259 hertz, bones honed, 47 bones, 90%, 1 bone, 58%, 158 bones, 30% currently. Fong Ping could increase his vitality by 1 calorie with each bone honed, which was slower than before. Even so, when he had honed 50 bones, he would be able to reach 300 calories vitality. When he reached peak rank 1, he might be able to reach 320 calories vitality. Many rank 2 martial artists who had just broken through had vitality between 280 to 300 calories. Right now, Fong Ping's vitality was higher than most rank 2 martial artists. Vitality meant explosive power and endurance. In a small hotel, Fong Ping glanced at the data and thought for a while. He gritted his teeth and said, "Let's hone 50 bones first. If I improve faster now, not many people will notice." Zhou Shiping was not around, and the rank 5 instructor was also elusive. Fong Ping decided to use the system to hone his bones first. Although it would cost more wealth, only with strength would there be wealth. Right now, he was 152% away from 50 bones, which was 152 million wealth. Fong Ping made up his mind. Without hesitation, he began to silently increase the progress of his bone honing. Soon, Fong Ping could feel the vitality constantly attacking his bones. When the system honed bones, it also used the vitality force. It only affected the bones directly and did not increase the toughness of the skin. Fong Ping now knew that there was a limit. Although the vitality was mainly used to hone the bones, it would also hone the meridians and skin at the same time. Right now, it was only used on the bones. This meant that once the body reached its limit, directly increasing the bone honing progress might not work. I knew it wouldn't be that easy. Fong Ping was not surprised. After waiting for half an hour, he watched his wealth disappear. When the numbness in his bones subsided, Fong Ping looked at the data again. Wealth, 72,800,000 vitality, 297 calories, 299 calories, mentality, 257 hertz, 259 hertz, bone honing, 50 bones, 90%, 156 bones, 30%. Fong Ping moved his legs. There was a series of cracking sounds coming from his left leg. 50 bones. I still need 12 bones to reach peak rank 1. I'm considered upper stage rank 1 now. I should be able to reach peak rank 1 by the middle of next month. Fong Ping's eyes brightened. His progress was still slightly faster than Old Wang's. Old Wang had only reached peak rank 1 at the end of the semester. At the beginning of the year, he had challenged Magic City martial artists as a peak rank 1. His vitality is definitely not as high as mine. He didn't reach peak rank 1 as fast as I did. His mentality won't be stronger than mine either. If that's the case, I still have a high chance of catching up to that guy. Fong Ping calculated for a while. He looked at his wealth. It had gone from more than 10 million to more than 7 million. He felt a little pained. His wealth was depleting too quickly. He had not returned to school for the past few days. He had not collected the credits assigned to him. For now, he could only obtain benefits from the martial artists who were on missions. However, Fong Ping realized that most of them were poor wretches. Even if they had some pills, they would be used up quickly. Very few of them had really good stuff. I'll do 1 or 2 more rank 1 missions. When I meet up with Zhao Xuemei and the others, I'll do rank 2 missions. Rank 2 martial artists are always richer than rank 1 ones. My ability is much stronger than before. It shouldn't be that difficult to fight against rank 2 martial artists. Chapter 136, 17th of November. Fong Ping's team found their mission target again. Zhao Qing and the others who were following Fong Ping saw Fong Ping's silhouette flicker before his toes pierced the opponent's throat at an unbelievable angle. Cough! Bang! In the blink of an eye, they saw the peak rank 1 martial artist in front of them fall to the ground, convulsing. Zhao Qing's expression changed slightly. He whispered, "Captain, I've improved a little recently." Fong Ping said it calmly, but to Zhao Qing and the others, this was not just improvement. Fong Ping's ability had always been stronger in the special training class. Previously, Fong Ping had to fight a peak rank 1 for a while, even needing them to hold the line before he could finish the battle. Now, it was completely different. Against a peak rank 1, it was almost equivalent to an instant kill. It might also have something to do with the target's weak ability this time. Fong Ping said nothing more. The instructor, who had been following them, soon appeared at the scene. After observing for a while, he looked at Fong Ping, a rare smile on his face. Decisive, one-hit kill. You've finally earned the title of Newcomer King. Fong Ping did not say anything. He had exchanged his life for this. Starting from the second until now, he had accepted a total of 7 missions in half a month. Other than 3 capturing missions, the other 4 were killing missions. In half a month, he had killed 4 martial artists with his own hands. Including the incident in school, he had only been in school for less than 3 months, and the number of martial artists who had died in his hands had already reached 6. Before entering martial arts university, Fong Ping had never thought about this. After so many times, Fong Ping's mentality was changing bit by bit, and his combat style was also constantly changing. At first, he was afraid and could not bear to do it. Now he was used to it. His attacks were simple and ruthless, and there were obvious changes in each mission. The rank 5 instructor said, for this mission, Fong Ping gets 60%. The others split it equally. Zhao Qing and the other 2 had no objections, and neither did Fong Ping. Although he was the one who killed them, Zhao Qing and the others had put in a lot of effort to find them. Sometimes the difficulty of a mission was not killing, but finding them. Some of these wanted targets hid very well, and some only gave a rough location. Fong Ping's ability to find targets so quickly was the main reason why he had completed 7 missions in half a month. Other than the first 2 missions, Fong Ping had accumulated a total of 5 missions that he had yet to collect his credits from school. He calculated in his heart. 5 missions would give him a total of 15 credits. This did not take into account the double reward from the school. If it was taken into account, it would be 30 credits. This rate of earning credits was already extremely fast. As he was thinking about this, Fong Ping had already led his men out of the industrial park. Outside the industrial park, the local deputy director of the Department of Investigation Services was standing guard with a few people. When he saw Fong Ping and the others, he said joyfully, "Mr. Fong there, he's already dead." Fong Ping replied. He could not help but glance at the deputy director. This was only the deputy director of the Department of Investigation Services in a small county. The county was small, and the Department of Investigation Services was not strong. Fong Ping did not see their director. This deputy director was only a peak rank 1. Looking at his physique, he might not even be able to fight. There were more and more such martial artists nowadays. Fong Ping sighed softly in his heart. The number of pure vitality martial artists had increased after years of comfortable lives. Now, the catacombs were becoming more and more dangerous. What kind of changes would the higher-ups make? Actually, Fong Ping had also felt some changes these days. Perhaps it was because the catacombs had become more dangerous. Recently, the policy had changed a little. Just these 2 days, the internet was turbulent. Suddenly, there was a rumor that the government might introduce a new policy. In the future, the ranking of casual martial artists would no longer be based on their vitality and number of bones honed. Previously, the ranking of casual martial artists was simpler. Rank 1 martial artists were judged by their vitality, and those above rank 1 would be judged by the number of bones honed. As for the ranking after bone honing, Fong Ping still did not know how to define it. However, it was said that it was related to standards like vitality and did not involve actual combat. Now, various departments were discussing agreements to change this situation and reintroduce the ranking. If the new policy was introduced, many vitality martial artists might lose their current status and rank. These few days, the internet was in a heated argument. In reality, it was also in a heated argument. The increasing number of vitality martial artists had also led to many vitality martial artists occupying high positions. Once the ranking was re-evaluated, would they still be able to maintain their current status? Not only did the vitality martial artists disagree, but a portion of the practical martial artists also felt that it was inappropriate. Some vitality martial artists could climb to high positions because of their other abilities. Once their status as martial artists was removed, some of the previously established policies would also have to be changed. Such a change would be more significant. There were also some people who suggested that the civil and military rule should be separated, with martial artists specializing in martial arts and scholars specializing in civil affairs. Such a suggestion was also rejected. If that was really the case, would those powerhouses with great strength be willing to be ruled by those weak scholars? Would they be willing to simply be hired thugs and enter the catacombs to risk their lives? Some might be willing, but it did not mean that most martial artists would agree. These matters were still being discussed recently, and they did not have much to do with Fong Ping now. The thought flashed in his mind, and Fong Ping responded to the enthusiastic deputy director with a few words. After declining the invitation to have dinner that night, Fong Ping quickly left with Zhao Qing and the others. County City Hotel. Fong Ping gave Zhao Xuemei a call and asked about their progress. On Zhao Xuemei's side, after separating from Fong Ping, they had completed 2 missions, one less than Fong Ping's side. Also, someone in the team was slightly injured. Zhao Xuemei said a few words, and soon, Fong Ping heard Tang Songting interject. I asked around. Fu Chanding's team has now accumulated 90 credits, not including the doubled reward from the school. Chen Yunqi's team is slightly less, with a total of 70 credits. Zhao Lei's team has the most. Although someone died after recovering from their injuries, they still accepted rank 2 missions and now have 100 credits. Yang Xiaoman's team is about the same as Fu Chanding's. On our side combined, we have a total of 94 credits, and this is with the 30 credits that Shifeng gave us last time. Otherwise, we would only have a little more than Chen Yunqi. Shifeng's mission last time was doubled, giving them 60 credits, which far exceeded the rank 2 mission reward. Even 30 was far more than that. Not including the additional 15 credits, Fong Ping's team now had less than 80 credits. Among the 5 teams, it was not considered high. At this moment, Tang Songting seemed a little anxious. More than half of the time until the end of the month had passed. If this continued, there was a high chance that the teams behind them would surpass them. Fong Ping thought for a moment, then said, Then what you mean is, this is what I'm thinking. We'll split into 2 teams, but not like this. You, me, and Zhao Xuemei will form a team and do rank 2 missions. Zhao Qing and the rest will form a team and do rank 1 missions. Our strength has increased a lot now. According to the current model, bringing Zhao Qing and the rest to do rank 2 missions won't be very useful. Or we can be more detailed and split into 3 teams. Zhou Yuehong and the rest will mainly be responsible for gathering information, negotiating with the Department of Investigation Services and the military to help us find people. As for us, we won't participate in this. We'll just wait for news and go straight to the mission target. What do you think? Tang Songting had broken down the role of a team. This was also a form of growth. Until now, Zhao Qing and the rest were following Fong Ping, so it was very difficult for them to interfere. If this continued, not only would they get fewer credits, they would also not have the chance to fight. Fong Ping thought for a moment and nodded. Okay, then let's gather tomorrow and discuss the details. Even if we're doing logistics, we have to discuss the distribution plan. Otherwise, it'll be troublesome. Okay, let's not wait until tomorrow. We'll go tonight. Everyone agreed to meet at Jiasun City, near Magic City. Soon, Fong Ping and the rest drove straight to Jiasun City Hotel. When Fong Ping and the rest arrived, Zhao Xuemei and the rest were already there. They went straight to the private room in the restaurant. As soon as they entered the private room, Tang Songting said, Everyone should know that we're currently ranked 2nd in terms of credits. However, with our current efficiency, it'll be hard to keep 2nd place. Even if we don't participate in the championship, everyone wants to earn more credits. The reward for 1st place is at least 100 credits. If we split it evenly, each person will get 10 more credits. Until now, excluding the school's doubled reward, many of us haven't even gotten 10 credits. So, before he could finish, Zhao Qing said, The captain told us about your suggestion. Actually, we felt it too. We can't go on like this. The captain's strength has improved very quickly. Now he can deal with a rank 1 martial artist alone. We don't need him at all. Also, if we really want to participate in rank 2 missions, we won't be of much use. We might even be a burden. That was the case with Shifeng last time. The few of us weren't of any use at all. Fong Ping said, "It's good that everyone understands. So from now on, Zhao Xuemei, Tang Songting, and I will form a team to do rank 2 missions. Zhao Qing, Wu Kepeng, Zhang Hao, the 5 of you will take on rank 1 missions. Zhou Yuehong, Zhang Ping, the 2 of you will be responsible for providing us with information and contacting the local Department of Investigation Services and the military department. Those of us who participate in missions will be distributed according to our contributions. As for Zhou Yuehong and Zhang Ping, every time we complete a mission, they will get 10%. Does anyone have any objections?" 10% was not low. Zhou Yuehong and the others might not even get 5% after a mission when they were in the team. Now, they only needed to be in charge of collecting information, and everyone would get 5%. The 2 girls had no objections. Zhao Qing and the rest shook their heads. They had no objections. "All right then, from tomorrow onwards, we'll follow this plan. There are still more than 10 days until the end of the month. It's best if each team can complete more than 3 missions. Sometimes, if luck was not on their side and they could not find anyone, they could not complete a mission even after 10 days or half a month." When faced with such a situation, Fong Ping said simply, "If you really can't find anyone, you have 3 days at most. After 3 days, you must give up and take on another mission. Of course, you can keep the mission, but you don't have to give up. I've asked around. We just have to complete it within a month. We can do it again after this month's ranking." Everyone nodded again. Then they began to take on missions. Fong Ping did a search. Soon, he found a mission that he thought was suitable. Name: Yao Jincheng. Gender: male. Age: 40. Ability: rank 2. Lower limbs honed, left hand honed. Location: West River City. Reward: 15 credits. Note: the target is a holy light disciple. There may be other martial artists from the sect around him. Additional rewards will be given after killing him. Holy light disciple? Fong Ping's expression changed slightly when he saw the information. "I've finally met one." He had met such a cult member in auspicious Sun City last time, but there had been no news of him since. He did not expect to meet such a person again after taking on a mission. Zhao Xuemei's expression changed as well. She said in a low voice, "There are strong and weak cultists. The key is that they are organized. What I'm afraid of is that they suddenly organize a gathering. If that happens, we'll be in danger. If they don't meet with a gathering, then the cultists aren't that strong. Moreover, these rank 2 cultists usually have 2 or 3 rank 1 martial artists around them. They can also be rewarded with credits." West River City. West River City is not too far from Nanjiang. Fong Ping frowned slightly. West River City should not be the enemy's base camp. If it was, they would not have asked them to kill the enemy's rank 2 martial artists. Let's not think so much. We'll go to West River tomorrow and see how it goes. They nodded. They would wait until they reached West River City. These people did not gather often. If they did meet, it would be best to give up on the mission and let the military department and the Department of Investigation Services handle it. The next day, Fong Ping and the others arrived at West River City. Zhou Yuehong and the others had not sent any news. Fong Ping and the others were not in a hurry, so they found a hotel first. As soon as they arrived at the hotel, Fong Ping frowned and glanced sideways at the door. Outside the door, a group of people was also walking toward the hotel. This group was also very young. There were 6 of them in total. More importantly, all 6 of them were martial artists. Martial artists were not cabbages, and they rarely appeared in groups. Fong Ping observed for a moment when he encountered a team of 6 martial artists at once. He guessed that they were probably students from other martial arts universities. The military department also had such teams, but it was easy to distinguish them from martial arts university students. Fong Ping glanced at them and quickly shifted his gaze. He took the room card and waited until they entered the elevator before asking, Which martial arts university did they come from? If they were older students, it would not be a big deal. However, if they were new students, it would be different. Other than MCMAU and CCMAU, normal martial arts universities rarely had so many new students at this time. Of course, this year's situation was different. Normal martial arts universities had concentrated their resources and trained many new martial artists. Zhao Xuemei and Fong Ping had also noticed. After some thought, Zhao Xuemei said, West River City is located in Dongwu Province. Dongwu has Dongwu Martial Arts University and 2 other martial arts universities. However, this place is not far from Nanjiang. There are also 3 martial arts universities in Nanjiang. It was unlikely that there would be so many martial artists in the martial sciences department of these schools. If they were freshmen, then if they are new students, then they might be from Dongwu Martial Arts University or Nanjiang Martial Arts University. Nanjiang Martial Arts University? Fong Ping had mixed feelings about Nanjiang Martial Arts University. On one hand, Nanjiang Martial Arts University was the martial arts university in his hometown. He had been preparing to enter Nanjiang Martial Arts University. On the other hand, Fong Ping's classmates, including Wang Jinyang, were all at Nanjiang Martial Arts University. This was Fong Ping's first time meeting a martial arts university student from another school. Of course, he was not sure which school they were from yet. However, no matter which school they were from, if they were new students, some of them might appear in the championship soon. After some thought, Fong Ping said, We'll talk to them later. I'm afraid they're also carrying out a mission. If it conflicts with our mission, then it'll be troublesome. This was not impossible, although they would be targeted once they accepted the mission. However, if the other party's target was not Yao Jinsheng, but someone related to Yao Jinsheng, the 2 parties might cross paths and clash. Tang Songting nodded slightly and asked, I can't sense it clearly. Fong Ping, how are their abilities? The others are average. The leader's vitality might have reached around 250 calories. That's strong? It's fine if they're old students, but if they're new students, this year's championship will be a little scary. Tang Songting sighed. His vitality was about 250 calories now, but he was an MCMAU student. Chapter 137. At noon, when Fong Ping and the others went to the restaurant, they met the group of people again. While Fong Ping was observing them, they were also observing the 3 of them. Both parties looked at each other. Fong Ping took the initiative and invited. Together. All right. The leader was also straightforward. Both sides had roughly guessed the identity and purpose of the other party. Afraid of conflict, it was best to communicate in advance. A few minutes later, in the private room of the restaurant, as soon as he entered, the man asked, Are you from a martial arts university? Yes, MCMU's new student. No wonder. The leading youth laughed and introduced himself. I'm Wang Huijin from Dongwu Martial Arts University. I'm also a new student. Fong Ping was in no hurry to announce his name. Instead, he asked curiously, Are all of you from Dongwu Martial Arts University? Fong Ping knew about Dongwu Martial Arts University. It was not considered strong, but it was slightly stronger than Nanjiang Martial Arts University. If not for Wang Jinyang, Nanjiang Martial Arts University would not have been very famous among martial arts universities. Even so, could Dongwu Martial Arts University produce 6 new martial artists this year? And was that all? Wang Huijin shook his head and said, No, some of them are from Dongyu University of Technology, and some are from Dongyu University. According to Wang Huijin, the 6 of them were from the 3 martial arts universities of Dongyu. Wang Huijin was more talkative, or perhaps he knew that these were not big secrets, so he explained the situation to Fong Ping. Currently, many of the martial arts universities in the provinces had joined forces. Every martial arts school and special training class would sometimes train together and carry out missions. Dongwu's 3 martial arts universities were like this. They trained together, and Wang Huijin's team was one of them. The other party was Frank, and Fong Ping and the other 2 introduced themselves. Everyone had a preliminary understanding of each other. Wang Huijin looked at the 3 of them for a while and lamented, Magic City Martial Arts University is indeed different. The 3 of you are probably stronger than me. Not at all. We're all rank 1. Fong Ping replied courteously. Then he probed, "Are there a lot of martial artists among the new students in Dongyue Wu?" Wang Huijin looked at him with a half-smile, then shook his head and said, "Actually, it's not a secret. It's not that many. In the 3 martial arts universities of Dongwu, there are currently less than 20 new martial artists." "So many?" Tang Songting could not help but exclaim softly. There were already 20 people from 3 martial arts universities. Was that not a lot? In that case, each family had 5 or 6 children. In the past, it was hard to say whether or not there were martial artists in the first semester of normal martial arts universities. It can't be compared to MCMAU and CCMAU. The martial artists over there are all clustered together. Wang Huijin laughed and went straight to the point. "You're here for a mission, right? You too?" "Yes." Fong Ping thought for a moment, then said, "Everyone has accepted the mission. It's best not to start a conflict. May I ask, what's your goal?" Wang Huijin pondered for a moment and said, "We accepted a mission from the West River Department of Investigation Services. The target is a rank 1 with the surname Zhang. Is it related to the cult?" Wang Huijin frowned slightly and said, "You too?" Fong Ping felt a headache coming on. He nodded helplessly and said, "That's right, but our target is different. It looks like there's more than one cultist in West River." "What did the Shijiang Department of Investigation Services say?" "They've only recently discovered traces of sect activity. West River doesn't have enough manpower, so they've sent a mission to martial arts universities." As Wang Huijin spoke, Zhao Xuemei's phone vibrated. Zhao Xuemei took it out and glanced at it. After some thought, she said, "Zhou Yuehong and the others have contacted West River and checked some road surveillance. Our target isn't alone. So far, we've discovered that there are about 4 to 5 people who are martial artists. The one with the surname Yao should be the leader. Currently, they're gathered near an unfinished building in the suburbs. Usually some normal people will go there too. They're probably attending a gathering." Wang Huijin looked at Fong Ping and asked, "What do you mean? The person you're looking for is among them?" "Probably." "Then let's move together. Other than your target, the rest are ours." Wang Huijin glanced at him. There were 4 to 5 people in total. This meant that other than his target, there were a few other martial artists. Fong Ping and the other 2 dared to accept the rest. It seemed that they were not weak. Wang Huijin did not say much. He nodded and said, "Okay. I was planning to wait for the person to be alone before moving." "Do you mean to raid the lair directly?" "Yes. The normal people will probably leave at night. We'll move together." Both parties set a time and went their separate ways after dinner. After they left, Tang Songting frowned and said, "These people won't cause trouble for us, will they?" Zhao Xuemei said worriedly, "I'm just afraid that they'll drag us down." Fong Ping shook his head and said, "Don't worry about them. We'll do our thing, and they'll do theirs. If they die, that's their business. If it's within our capabilities, we'll help. If it's dangerous, we'll just take care of ourselves." "Got it." "Brother Wang, are these people from MCMU okay?" On the other side, someone beside Wang Huijin asked. Wang Huijin smiled and said, "They're students from famous schools, after all. Their abilities shouldn't be too weak. We can also observe their abilities. The instructors always say that the students from the Big Two are very strong, but we don't know exactly how strong they are. This is also a chance to see how strong they are. People like us have benefited from them this time. That's why we become martial artists so quickly. If their abilities are average, we'll help them if we can. Brother Wang, don't be so humble. I don't think MCMU students are that great. You're the number 1 in our Dongwu Martial Arts University. Cough, cough. Don't talk nonsense. I can't take it. Who's talking nonsense? Ask everyone. Who doesn't think the same? The students from famous schools like MCMAU might not be stronger than us. Brother Wang can take on a peak rank 1 martial artist alone now. If it wasn't for insurance, Brother Wang could complete the mission even if we didn't come." "That's right. We have to work hard too." Everyone said a few words. Wang Huijin did not say anything else. He was thinking about something else. At 10 p.m., Fong Ping and the other 2 met up with Wang Huijin's group. Outside the hotel, the West River Department of Investigation Services had also sent a woman over. Looking at Fong Ping and the others, the woman was slightly surprised. She said softly, "You? Which side is Dongwu?" Wang Huijin answered, "We're a team from Dongwu." "You are—" The woman had thought that the team with more people would be the team that accepted the Rank 2 mission. Now she knew she was wrong. After some thought, the woman coughed softly and said, "I'm sorry. Zhang Jiqiang's mission was initially issued by West River. Later, the West River Military Department also issued a mission. We didn't pay attention to this before and overlooked it. When all of you accepted the mission, we only knew that both sides had accepted the mission. Initially, we wanted to cancel Zhang Jiqiang's mission, but we realized that it had already been accepted, so we didn't. At noon, we also called Mr. Wang to inform him. Knowing that both sides are together, things will be easier." As she said that, the woman looked at Fong Ping and the others and said, "Your mission target, Yao Jincheng, was originally not active in West River. He only fled to West River recently. The opponent is very strong. The director and the bureau have also made arrangements to surround him. Mr. Fong, if you feel that something is wrong, you must retreat immediately." Fong Ping nodded. The woman looked at Wang Huijin again. After some thought, she said, "Mr. Wang, I would like to talk to you alone." "All right." Wang Huijin responded and led the others and the woman to the side. Fong Ping and the others did not join in. They got into the car and waited. On the side, the woman hesitated slightly and said apologetically, "Actually, we wanted to cancel the mission this time. However, when we saw that Yao Jincheng's mission had been accepted, we thought that it might be completed along the way, so we didn't cancel it. Who knew that you would also accept it on the same day? Yao Jincheng is a rank 2 martial artist. You accepted Zhang Jiqiang's mission, which is very dangerous. You are all Dongwu's prodigies. The Bureau hopes that if it's possible, you can give up rank 2? Wang Huijin's expression changed slightly. He said in a low voice, "They accepted a rank 2 mission?" "Yes. That's why I made this suggestion when I saw that you would be working together with them. There are only 3 of them. I'm really sorry." The woman had thought that MCMU would have a few more people or a powerhouse. Then Wang Huijin and the others could take advantage of it. However, when she saw that there were only 3 of them, and Fong Ping was the leader, the woman felt that something was wrong. West River had Fong Ping's information when he accepted the mission. The other party was only a rank 1 martial artist. If an MCMU student died, to put it bluntly, they could not be bothered. However, if a Dongwu student died, it would not be worth it. Martial artists still had a strong sense of localism. Actually, both sides had accepted the mission. Whether they lived or died, it had nothing to do with the Department of Investigation Services. However, the woman was a Dongwu native. How could she watch Wang Huijin and the others risk their lives with Fong Ping and the others? Wang Huijin and the others had only accepted a rank 1 mission. At most, they would wait for Fong Ping and the others to fail the mission, or for Yao Jincheng to escape or be killed. The people around Wang Huijin were stirred. Someone said in a low voice, "The 3 of them accepted a rank 2 mission? Is it confidence or arrogance? Are MCMU students that strong? The 3 of them are also rank 1, right? Brother Wang, are we really going with them? We've been dragged into this." A few people discussed in low voices, feeling that they had been dragged into this by Fong Ping and the others. If they had known that they had accepted a rank 2 mission, they would not have agreed to work together. Wang Huijin took a deep breath and said, "We'll go. Since they dare to go, they must have the strength. Of course, for safety's sake, we'll retreat immediately if they lose. This time, we can truly witness the strength of MCMU's new students." Although he was slightly worried, Wang Huijin thought about it. If Fong Ping and the others really lost, the 6 of them could work together and escape. The Department of Investigation Services had set up a perimeter around the perimeter, so those people did not dare to pursue them. After more than half an hour, the car arrived at an unfinished building in the suburbs. Although it was called an unfinished building, the main building was almost completed and people could live in it. As for why it was unfinished, it was not something Fong Ping and the others cared about. The people from the Department of Investigation Services did not appear to negotiate with Fong Ping and the others. The woman had only told them the information and left. In the car, Fong Ping said, "These people are living on the first floor now. There might be more than 5 martial artists inside. Yao Jinqing is rank 2. Zhang Jiqiang is peak rank 1. It's hard to judge the others now, so there might be some mistakes. Right now, it's tentatively decided to be 5 people. After we go in, I'll hold Yao Jinqing back. The 2 of you deal with the other rank 1 martial artist first. Don't worry about Wang Huijin and the others for now. If they choose to attack Zhang Jiqiang, kill the other rank 1 martial artist if you can. If there's no other way, then give up. I'll try to lure Yao Jinqing away. Don't fight with them." Zhao Xuemei said worriedly. "Can you hold Yao Jinqing back alone? It should be no problem. If we can't beat them, then we'll run. If the 3 of us can't beat them, running shouldn't be a problem. How about this? Zhao Xuemei won't do anything. I'll do it and let Zhao Xuemei hold the line. If Wang Huijin and the others have other ideas, Zhao Xuemei will hold them back. We'll think of a way to take revenge later." Tang Songting said with a smile. "Let's assume the enemy is more than 10 martial artists. Just be prepared for that." Fong Ping nodded. He did not say that it was inappropriate. They were not familiar with the students from other martial arts universities, so of course, they had to be cautious. However, among the 6 people, other than Wang Huijin, the other 5 were average. Fong Ping was not too worried if they turned against him. After discussing the plan of action, the 3 of them got out of the car. Beside them, Wang Huijin and the others also got out of the car, but they did not go with Fong Ping. The 3 people from MCMU were looking for rank 2 martial artists, but they were not. It would not be too late for them to enter after the people from MCMAU had started fighting. Inside the unfinished building, at the moment, more than 10 people gathered on the first floor. Some were martial artists, and some were ordinary people. Yao Jinqing was giving instructions when his brows suddenly furrowed. "Go out and take a look. I think I hear footsteps." Immediately, someone stood up and walked out. The person had just walked out of the door when he suddenly flew backward, a streak of blood splattering in the air. Yao Jinqing's expression changed. He stood up quickly and shouted, "Meet the enemy." The few martial artists beside him reacted quickly. They stood up immediately and took out their weapons. At this moment, Fong Ping and the other 2 walked in. Fong Ping glanced at them and looked at Yao Jinqing. "Tang Songting, deal with these few. Zhao Xuemei, guard the door." "I'll deal with him." "Okay." Zhao Xuemei took a step back and stood at the door. She looked at Wang Huijin and the others with some caution. "Brother Wang, what's going on in MCMAU? What are the others doing outside?" Wang Huijin said lightly, "They're guarding against us. The MCMU students are really confident. Just 2 of them went in." "Guarding against us?" Someone said unhappily. "These guys? What do we do now?" "Let's wait for a while. If they're not dead in 3 minutes and the girl hasn't gone in, it means that they have the strength to fight a ranked 2 martial artist. Let's go in and take a look. We also want to see how strong MCMU students are." Chapter 138. Inside the unfinished building. Tang Songting glanced around and made the first move, slashing a few rank 1 martial artists. A martial artist wanted to attack Fong Ping, but just as he was about to reach him, Fong Ping slashed with his saber, splitting the opponent in half. "You guys deal with the other one." Yao Jinqing's expression changed slightly, and he shouted at the others. The other martial artists were also a little scared, hurriedly dodging to face Tang Songting. Fong Ping rarely talked nonsense when he was on a mission. This time, Fong Ping lamented, "To be honest, this is my first time fighting one-on-one with a rank 2 martial artist. From a martial arts university? You have a good eye?" Yao Jinqing said coldly. "Other than you lackeys, there's no one else." "Lackeys?" Fong Ping laughed. "You might as well call them lackeys. That sounds better. Why make it sound so bad? It's hard to understand what you people think. Isn't the government good? Hiding information from ordinary people is really intolerable and unbearable. You have to know, when I first heard the news, I was also anxious and fearful. I was afraid that the world would end one day. Is it necessary to cause panic among the people? You people with vested interests only know how to say nice things. Yao Jincheng obviously knew the inside story. He said in a cold tone, "We'd rather die knowing than dying in ignorance. But you attack ordinary people and students. Is this what you call justice?" Fang Ping sneered. "If it's really just a matter of ideology, then you don't deserve to die. But you've gone mad. I heard that to spread your so-called Lord's glory, you've created many tragedies. That's because the people are ignorant." The two were still talking, but Tang Songting was already panting and yelling. "Why are you talking to these lunatics? Kill them first." Fang Ping laughed. "I just want to see if there's a possibility of saving them. It seems like there's no saving them now." As soon as he finished speaking, Fang Ping had already leaped into the air, swinging his saber at the other party. Clang! Yao Jincheng was also armed. He swung his long sword to block. As soon as they exchanged blows, Fang Ping's eyes lit up. The other party's vitality was not as good as his. Other than vitality, the other party's upper limbs were not as good as Fang Ping's. Other than a few bones that were honed more deeply than Fang Ping's, the others were not. Not as good as Shifeng. Fang Ping laughed and swung his saber again. Yao Jincheng frowned and blocked the attack with his sword. Rank 2. Yao Jincheng could not judge Fang Ping's strength. Was he rank 2 or rank 1? There were still some differences between rank 1 and 2 martial artists. With a high bone honing progress, there would be subtle changes in the bones. Outsiders would not be able to tell if they did not pay attention, but martial artists could still see it. Fang Ping looked at the surface of his body. The bones in his upper limbs did not seem to have been honed. Since that was the case, the other party was a rank 1. However, the strength of Fang Ping's saber slash was not weak, at least not weaker than his. Was this a rank 1 martial artist? Yao Jincheng was a little confused, but he did not let his guard down. He continued to exchange a few blows with Fang Ping. Fang Ping, on the other hand, was all smiles. The other party did not seem like much. No more probing. Fang Ping quickly brandished his saber and slashed, not giving his opponent time to react. Brandishing his saber with both hands, Fang Ping's feet were not slow either. His right leg kicked toward Yao Jincheng. Yao Jincheng had completed honing his lower limbs a long time ago, so he was not afraid. He raised his leg and charged toward Fang Ping. The tip of Fang Ping's foot straightened, stabbing toward his kneecap. Yao Jincheng quickly used his own foot to block. As soon as they collided, Yao Jincheng suddenly retracted his foot, as if he had been electrocuted. He glared at Fang Ping angrily. Flesh and blood were still no match for alloy. Fang Ping's proficiency with the puncture kick almost pierced through Yao Jincheng's heel. "You're really not as good as Shifeng," Fang Ping lamented. Fang Ping lamented. Then he roared, "Watch my consecutive kicks." Yao Jincheng was extremely vigilant. He immediately looked toward Fang Ping's legs, ready to avoid the boots on Fang Ping's feet. "Your combat awareness isn't strong either." Fang Ping nagged again, but he did not use the chain kick. Instead, each slash was fiercer than the last, slashing downward rapidly. Long swords were not suitable for slashing, and Yao Jincheng's vitality was not as good as Fang Ping's. Fang Ping's bone honing was at 30%, and his upper limb strength was no weaker than his. After slashing dozens of times, Yao Jincheng's face was flushed red. At this time, Yao Jincheng did not want to fight head-on. Just as he was about to retreat, Fang Ping quickly entangled him. Fang Ping, who had achieved a firm stance in pole standing for a long time, had recently discovered its uses. At least, entangling people was not a big problem. After entangling Yao Jincheng, Fang Ping continued slashing. Clanging sounds rang out incessantly. Yao Jincheng's expression changed again and again. He said angrily, "Let's see who can last longer." He did not dare to fight head-on with Fang Ping's alloy boots. The sword and saber slashed at each other above. Fang Ping's strength was not weak, but it was only on par with him. He wanted to retreat, but Fang Ping refused to let go. At this moment, Yao Jincheng could only fight head-on with him. I like people like you. Fong Ping still had the leisure to tease him. Each slash was faster than the last, slashing at his opponent's longsword. After another dozen slashes, Yao Jincheng's face was slightly pale. Fong Ping was not much better. These dozens of slashes were executed with full force under a vitality outburst. It consumed an extraordinary amount of vitality. Just as Yao Jincheng could not hold on any longer, Fong Ping could not hold on any longer. Yao Jincheng looked at Fong Ping in front of him, his face pale as well. In his mind, he was still thinking, when this guy consumes too much vitality, I'll put some distance between us. And then, as he thought of this, Fong Ping's face suddenly turned red. Yao Jincheng did not realize anything, but in the next moment, he felt that something was wrong. The power of Fong Ping's next slash was comparable to the full force outburst at the beginning. Clang, clang, clang. This time, Fong Ping's movements were even faster. How can this be? Are you surprised or not? Fong Ping provoked his opponent. Without giving him a chance to speak, he unleashed all his vitality outburst again. With a clang, his saber slashed at the long sword in Yao Jincheng's hand. Yao Jincheng's expression changed drastically. He turned and tried to escape. However, now that he turned, it was a perfect opportunity for Fong Ping to slash. Fong Ping's saber did not slow down at all. He slashed down quickly. The sound of a weapon entering bone rang out. Fong Ping did not stop. He raised his leg and kicked his opponent's calf. Yao Jincheng staggered. Fong Ping pulled out his saber and slashed again. His head rolled off. Weaker than Sure Fong. Fong Ping used Sure Fong as a comparison. This guy did not have the same sense of desperation as Sure Fong. If he did not face Fong Ping, he would run away immediately. However, at this juncture, his vitality was depleted, and his speed was not as fast as Fong Ping's. How could he run? Without looking at the fallen Yao Jincheng, Fong Ping tilted his head and glanced at Tang Songting. There were a total of 3 martial artists on Tang Songting's side. Previously, there were 5. Fong Ping had kicked one to death when he entered the door, and then killed another with a slash of his saber. All 3 of them were rank 1. Zhang Jiqiang should be one of them. At this moment, the other 2 were lying on the ground. It was unknown if they were dead or alive. The one who was still fighting Tang Songting should be Zhang Jiqiang. Because Wang Huaijin and the others had accepted the mission, Fong Ping was not interested in helping them for free. Seeing the situation, he said, Tang Songting, you can retreat now. Retreat? Only then did Tang Songting notice him. When he saw Yao Jincheng's head separated from his body, he was shocked. Fong Ping had killed a rank 2 martial artist alone? He was not even injured. He was shocked. Zhang Jiqiang's face was pale. Fong Ping looked at Zhao Xuemei at the door and said, let him out. Zhang Jiqiang thought he had heard wrong, but then he heard Fong Ping say, leave all your pills and weapons behind. Zhang Jiqiang did not hesitate. He quickly took out a bottle of pills from his pocket and threw it on the ground. As for his weapon, he hesitated for a moment. When he reached the door, he threw it down and ran out. Zhao Xuemei did not stop him. After he ran, she could not help but look at Fong Ping and ask, how much is your vitality? Tang Songting was fighting earlier, so he did not see Fong Ping's situation. She stood at the door and saw everything clearly. Fong Ping's vitality outburst had been at least 50 consecutive slashes. In reality, a rank 1 martial artist's full outburst had limited vitality. 20 to 30 slashes under outburst was already their limit. And this was the case for Twice-Hone Peak rank 1 martial artists. As for Fong Ping, he did not stop to rest. Each slash was full force. It would be strange if Yao Jincheng could withstand it. Fong Ping smiled. Clean up the battlefield first. Put away your stuff. I'll go check out Dongwu Martial Arts University's strength. Sure. Zhao Xuemei nodded, still looking at Fong Ping strangely. He had defeated a rank 2 martial artist in a battle of vitality. How high was Fong Ping's vitality? Was the difference between a thrice-honed and everyone else really that big? Outside, as soon as Zhao Xuemei entered, someone whispered, The people from MCMU can't hold on any longer. Look, one came out. It looks like Zhang Jiqiang. Go! As Wang Huijin and the others spoke, they saw someone come out. When they saw that it looked like Zhang Jiqiang, someone immediately chased after him. After a few steps, someone suddenly said, if the people from MCMU die, what if the rank 2 inside comes out? Wang Huijin hesitated for a moment. When he saw Zhang Jiqiang running toward them in a panic, he gritted his teeth and said, let's join forces and kill the other party first. We'll run when the situation doesn't look good. They had just stepped forward when Zhang Jiqiang suddenly said in despair, you guys broke your promise. Wang Huijin was a little confused. The others were stunned for a moment too. Zhang Jiqiang, however, roared in despair, I'll kill you guys. He had just fought with Tang Songding and had already consumed a lot of vitality. At this moment, there was still someone among them who had killed a rank 2 martial artist. Zhang Jiqiang knew that he could not escape. In his despair, he did not care about his injuries at all. Even if he was punched in the chest, he did not care. With bloodshot eyes, he stared at a martial artist and attacked fiercely. The others hurried to help, but the person targeted by Zhang Jiqiang was still beaten until he kept retreating, blood spewing from his mouth. Wang Huijin was furious. He kicked the back of Zhang Jiqiang's head several times. However, Zhang Jiqiang was also a peak rank 1 martial artist. At this moment, he did not care about his life at all. Even if his consciousness was blurred, he did not care. He did not defend himself either. He grabbed the person in front of him and threw a flurry of punches. In his anger, Wang Huijin hooked his hands around Zhang Jiqiang's neck and twisted it with all his might. There was a cracking sound. This time, Zhang Jiqiang finally stopped. As soon as Zhang Jiqiang died, everyone hurried forward to check on the injuries of the person who had just been attacked. Someone breathed a sigh of relief and said, fortunately, a few ribs are broken. His internal organs should not be hurt. Is this guy crazy? Just now, Zhang Jiqiang had completely lost his mind. He did not defend himself at all. If not for that, they would not have been able to kill a peak rank 1 martial artist so quickly. However, it was also because of this that the person who had been attacked was seriously injured. He would need to recuperate for a period of time. However, Wang Huijin frowned and said, something's not right. Did you guys hear what he said just now? He said we didn't keep our promise. We didn't say anything at all. Could it be? As the few of them were full of suspicion, Fang Ping and the others walked out of the unfinished building not far away, carrying a small backpack. When they saw Fang Ping and the others come out, other than Tang Songting, who was panting slightly, Fang Ping looked as if nothing had happened. Zhao Xuemei did not participate in the battle either. Wang Huijin's expression became doubtful again. The others also fell silent. Fang Ping walked over. He glanced at Zhang Jiqiang, then at the injured martial artist, and asked, do you need help? No, thank you. All right, then we'll leave first. There's no one inside. Okay. After they left, everyone started discussing. They didn't meet the rank 2 martial artist? Probably. I saw that only the Tang guy attacked. The other 2 didn't seem to do anything. That rank 2 martial artist won't be nearby. Will he? Brother Wang, why don't we leave first? Wang Huijin frowned and said, let's see if Zhang Jiqiang brought any pills first. No, this guy is really poor. Wang Huijin felt that something was off. After thinking for a while, he walked toward the unfinished building not far away. Wang Huijin's strength is all right, but these 6 martial artists don't have alloy weapons. I took a look. Even if they brought weapons, they're all normal weapons. They can't reach the E-class level. Fang Ping said, then said, Wang Huijin is probably a twice-honed martial artist, but he didn't hone many bones, at most 40. When he attacked, he didn't use enough force in his left leg, and he didn't hone many bones. Also, his stance hasn't reached the firm stance. In MCMAU, he's probably about the same level as you two. I don't know what level he's at in Dongwu. He's probably the top. Tang Songding added, shaking his head. But even if he's about the same level as me, he's still not my match. I took a look too. He didn't cultivate any special combat techniques, or he didn't have time to use them. If MCMU's opponents are these people, we'll win for sure. The other 5 are even weaker. If they were in MCMAU, they wouldn't even be able to enter the special training class. Zhao Xiumei also said, normal martial arts universities can't be blamed for fighting for resources. These people should be the top in normal martial arts universities, but they don't even have alloy weapons. If it's not that they don't have time to learn basic weapon techniques, or they don't have credits to buy them, the school won't provide them for free. Fong Ping nodded slightly. If this was the top standard of normal martial arts university freshmen, there was no need to worry about the championship. Zhao Xiumei and Tang Songding did not pay too much attention to those people, but kept glancing at Fong Ping. This guy killed a rank 2 martial artist alone, and he did it so easily. Was he really rank 1? Fong Ping did not care about them. He deliberated and said, I should change to an axe or a hammer. Something heavier, so I can keep hacking at people. I'm a little regretful now. I should have cultivated my upper limbs first. If that was the case, an axe? A hammer? When they thought of Fong Ping hacking people with an axe or a hammer, their gazes changed. What was Fong Ping thinking? However, Fong Ping's vitality was terrifyingly high. If he really changed to a heavy weapon like this, Fong Ping could hack without stopping before his vitality was depleted. That was scary enough. Fong Ping was serious about it, but he felt that it was not a good idea. Using these weapons would make him seem too reckless. His vitality was almost never depleted. As long as he was not mentally exhausted, he could really keep hammering. When he was hacking at Yao Jincheng earlier, Fong Ping realized that these martial artists were much easier to deal with when their vitality was depleted and they had lost their courage. Next time, would he be able to catch an opponent and compete in vitality consumption? This way, cultivating the lower limbs was also beneficial. He could catch up and force the other party to fight him head-on. Should I change my weapon? Fong Ping fell into deep thought. He could change now while the weapon he was using was not fixed. If he waited any longer, it would be difficult to change once the weapon was fixed. When I reach rank 2 and finish honing my upper limbs will be much stronger than now. I really need to change. After struggling for a while, Fong Ping sighed. He would think about it when he returned to school. Chapter 139. Although Fong Ping was concerned about changing weapons, he did not have the time to return to school now. On the 20th of November, the school sent a group text to every student in the special training class. There was no nonsense, just a few simple numbers. Fong Ping's team, 132 credits. Zhao Lei's team, 128 credits. Fu Chanding's team, 110 credits. Yang Xiaoman's team, 108 credits. Chen Yinqi's team, 90 credits. Fong Ping's team had also completed missions, and their accumulated credits had surpassed Zhao Lei's team. However, Zhao Lei's team was hot on their heels. Chen Yinqi's team was the only one that had fallen behind. It was unclear if the missions were not going well, or if they were purposely not doing it. Last time, when something happened to Zhao Lei's team, someone in Chen Yinqi's team suggested that they slack off and stop doing missions. Chen Yinqi could not control the situation either. It was very likely that her teammates were stalling and did not want to do the missions. The school's intention was obvious. It was to provoke these students to continue fighting. In order not to give the first team a chance to slack off, Fong Ping's team received a second text notification very quickly. The first team has accumulated 100 credits and will be rewarded with 50% of their accumulated credits. 150 credits and will be rewarded with 60% of their accumulated credits. 200 credits and will be rewarded with 70% of their accumulated credits. With 50 credits as a level, every increase of 50 credits would result in a 10% increase in credits awarded. If they could reach 350 credits, the reward would be doubled immediately. Coupled with the school's original doubling, Fong Ping's team would be able to get 1050 credits at this point. This was not a small amount. Even many rank 3 martial artists could only earn so many credits in a year. It was not certain if they could reach that amount. Now, in a short month, although there were 10 people in the team, all of them were martial artists who had just entered rank 1. If they could earn so many credits, they would have a huge lead. Fong Ping's team received this text, but Chen Yinqi's team did not. However, they received another text notification. The school will not double the reward for those who have less than 120 credits. If Chun Yunxi's team could not complete the 30 credits mission in the remaining 10 days, the school would not give them any extra help. With this pressure and motivation, all the teams worked hard to accept the missions. In the 10 days, Fong Ping's team accepted 3 rank 2 missions, but only 2 were completed. The other person could not be found at all. Fong Ping and the others had no choice but to give up. The mission wasn't always smooth sailing. Some people were hidden very well, so it was normal that they couldn't find them. Zhao Qing's team was almost the same. They had completed 1 more than Fong Ping's team, but someone in the team was injured. On the 30th, everyone gathered again. Shanghai. As soon as everyone returned to school, the school requested that all teams immediately gather at the training room. When everyone in Fong Ping's team had arrived, Fong Ping said, "We couldn't find the person for the last mission, and there weren't any clues either. We had no choice but to give up." He had thought that completing the last one would give him 200 credits. "It's a pity that I only have 186 credits now." Of course, he felt a little regretful. 186 credits. Based on the 60% reward, he would only be awarded 111 credits. If they could complete the last mission, Fong Ping and the others could earn a few dozen more points. Zhao Xuemei, on the other hand, was very satisfied. Actually, it's already not bad. 186 credits is equivalent to completing 3 to 4 rank 3 missions. For us rank 1 martial artists to be able to achieve this in a month's time is already very good. Even Tang Sonting nodded to show that it was very good. It was only a month's time. Even rank 3 martial artists might not be able to complete 3 to 4 missions of the same rank in a month. As they were talking, they saw Chun Yunxi's team enter the door one after another, their faces covered in dirt. A team member complained, "It's all Chun Jialong's fault. Look at it now. 100 credits, don't even mention the double reward. There's nothing left. The 10 of us worked our asses off for a month, and we didn't even earn 10 credits. Bullsh asterisk T. What does that have to do with me? Whether you put in the effort or not, you'll know by looking at your contribution. Your total contribution is 7%, which isn't even the average. I'm at least 11%. That's just a coincidence. If it wasn't for, stop arguing. It's all your fault. Zhou Jian is injured too. His credits aren't even enough to buy medicine now." The few of them quarreled. Some were dissatisfied, and some were resentful. The few who were injured in the team all wore cold expressions and did not say a word. Their dissatisfaction was clear on their faces. The team of 10 had worked hard for a month, and now they did not get the double reward. 100 credits. Even if it was split evenly, it would only be 10 credits per person. Those who were less would only get 5 or 6 credits. It was equivalent to earning 2 normal vitality pills in a month. It was not even enough to replenish their vitality, let alone heal their injuries. Chun Yunxi lowered her head. She had not spoken since she entered the door. The team members chatted among themselves. No one spoke to Chun Yunxi. The people in Fong Ping's team looked on coldly from the sidelines. Some of the team were glad that they were in Fong Ping's team. If they had been assigned to Chun Yunxi's team, it would have been troublesome. It was the same for Zhao Lei's team. They had even lost someone. It was said that the later missions were too aggressive, and a few of them had suffered serious injuries. Soon, everyone saw that Zhao Lei's team had arrived. There was not much excitement, nor was there excitement because they had earned a lot of credits. Everyone's faces were gloomy. Zhao Lei was the same. When he saw Fong Ping, he turned his head and did not look at him. The entire team remained silent. It was extremely quiet. It was only when Fu Chanding arrived that the eerie silence disappeared. "Ah, you're all here? The mission was too difficult, but we were lucky. We actually completed a mission at the last minute. We can rest well for a few days now." "Captain, you're the best. You actually guessed where he was hiding. We didn't receive any news at all." "It's okay. Actually, I was just guessing. Luckily, I didn't guess wrong." "Captain, you're amazing." The voice was sweet and sweet. It was obvious that it belonged to one of the 2 beautiful students. As they spoke, The group of people happily entered the training room. When he felt the tense atmosphere, Fu Changding twisted his neck uncomfortably. He moved closer to Fong Ping and whispered, "What's wrong?" "I don't know." Fong Ping did not elaborate. He smiled and said, "Looks like you guys completed the mission well." Fu Changding said proudly, "Of course." Tang Songting snorted coldly. "Others might not know, but I know." "What guessing? You asked your family to send people to look for us, right?" Fu Changding did not think much of it. He did not deny it either. He said casually, "That's what I'm capable of. It's none of your business." After he said that, Tang Songting snorted and did not say anything else. Fu Changding was indeed capable of getting his family to help him look for people. His family's resources were still resources. Fu Changding ignored him and smiled at Fong Ping. "Your first place is in the bag this time, right?" "I'm not sure. We don't know much about Zhao Lei either." "You don't know, but I do." Fu Changding grinned. For the last mission, Zhao Lei panicked again. He was too anxious to succeed. He had already caught the people, but they escaped from the encirclement. Look at their ugly faces. You should know the result. Fong Ping laughed. "You're really well informed." "Of course. There's so many people in a team. How could there be so many secrets? Even on your side, if you didn't split up, I would know everything." Fu Changding did not mind telling Fong Ping that he knew about his team. In fact, Fong Ping also had people on his side asking about the situation. As they spoke, the last team, Yang Xiaoman, arrived with her people. Fu Changding greeted her with a smile. "Yang Xiaoman, I heard you're going after me. How many credits are you now?" "Who the hell is going after you?" Yang Xiaoman cursed. She was not as depressed as Chun Yunxi, nor was she as unwilling as Zhao Lei. She mumbled, 138 credits. "What about you?" 138, TSK. That's a good number. I have 150 on my side. Looks like you have no chance. Don't be so full of yourself. Yang Xiaoman snorted. Then, she walked toward Chen Yunxi and comforted her in a low voice. This time, Chen Yunxi's team performed the worst. Even on Zhao Lei's side, a dead person was still a dead person. At least the mission was done well, and the team members were obedient. Chen Yunxi's team was a mess. Almost everyone knew about this. While everyone was chatting in twos and threes, a few instructors walked in. Huang Jing was there too. As soon as he entered, Huang Jing said coldly, "Silence." Everyone quietened down instantly. Huang Jing looked around. He did not mention anyone else, but stared at Zhao Lei and said, "Zhao Lei, because of your reckless advancement, student Lu Kunqiang died during the mission. This time, 30% of all your earnings will be deducted as compensation for Lu Kunqiang's family. Do you have any objections?" "No." Zhao Lei shook his head. "As for the other team members, 10% of your earnings will be deducted as compensation." In Zhao Lei's team, some were unwilling and some were silent. According to their earnings this time, except for the reward for first place, they were probably above 350 credits. Zhao Lei's 30% and the others' 10% would be deducted at least 60 credits. Although some felt that it was the instructor's fault for not rescuing them, no one dared to say it. The instructors did not say that they would definitely rescue them. Before they left, they had reminded them that the instructors were not omnipotent. People could die during the mission. Huang Jing did not care if they were satisfied or not. He continued, "This time I think everyone has gained a lot and felt a lot. Some students died during the mission. This is not an isolated case. Martial artists are like this, struggling on the edge of life and death. Some people might be unhappy. Why didn't the instructor save us? I don't want to explain anything. If you practice martial arts with the thought that someone will save you at any time, then you're wrong. Let's cut to the chase." This time, Fong Ping's team in first place accumulated 186 credits. The school awarded 186 credits, and the first place awarded 112 credits, for a total of 484 credits. Second place, Zhao Lei's team accumulated 179 credits, for a total of 358 credits. Third place, Fu Changding's team accumulated 150 credits, for a total of 300 credits. Fourth place, Yang Xiaoman's team, accumulated 138 credits, for a total of 276 credits. 5th place, Chen Yunxi's team, accumulated 100 credits. As soon as the 5 teams' credits were announced, many people were in an uproar. The difference was too big. Fang Ping's team in 1st place had a total of almost 500 credits. As for Chen Yunxi's team in 5th place, they only had 100 credits. On Fang Ping's side, many people were beaming with joy, their faces full of excitement. Although Fang Ping had received the most this time, they had also received quite a bit. No matter how little they received, they would not be worse off than Chen Yunxi's team. Alright, as for the specific distribution of credits, you can check it out yourselves later. Huang Jing interrupted the crowd's discussion and said again, this time, some performed well, and some did badly. I don't want to name names. Today, everyone can rest. Tomorrow, the special training classes will be regrouped. 10 people in the starting team, 39 people in the reserve team. I think many of you can probably guess which team you've been assigned to. That's all for now. You guys should sum up this month's gains and losses. Having said that, Huang Jing left as quickly as he had come. As soon as Huang Jing left, everyone went to the teacher in charge to check on their total contribution. Fang Ping checked. He had received 30% of the total contribution, 145 credits. Tang Songting 18%, Zhao Xueme 16%, Zhao Qing 12%. The other 6 people received a total of 24%. After splitting it evenly, each person only received about 4%. Even so, no one felt that it was inappropriate. Even 4% was close to 20 credits. Other than credits, they also received other rewards. There were all kinds of vitality pills, cash, bone-honing pills, and some alloy weapons. Moreover, no one was injured, so the rewards were not small. In addition to the 30 credits that the school had given them at the beginning, the worst reward was close to 60 credits. As for the other teams, even Zhao Lei's team, their harvest was not too great. The deduction of 10% was not a big deal. Almost everyone was injured, and recovering from their injuries was not a small expense. Fang Ping did not talk much with the others. Soon, he went to the logistics department to receive his reward. When he received the credits, Fang Ping's credits reached 161. According to his original credits, he should have broken through 200 points. However, Fang Ping had used 40 credits to exchange for an alloy saber earlier. His credits were not the biggest gain. At this moment, Fang Ping had a lot of pills in his hands. 50 normal vitality pills, 5 rank 1 bone-honing pills, 8 rank 1 vitality pills, a bottle of healing water, and 2 rank 2 vitality pills. In addition, there was an E-class alloy saber, a pair of alloy combat boots, 2 alloy daggers, and a D-class brass knuckles. As for cash, Fang Ping did not ask for it during the distribution. It was still 6 million. Fang Ping's wealth had increased by 9 million just from receiving the credits this time. The pills and weapons that were distributed also increased Fang Ping's wealth by close to 4 million. In this month, Fang Ping had gained more than 7 million wealth. Of course, the consumption was also shocking. Wealth, 120,800,000 vitality. 300 calories, 308 calories, mentality, 257 hertz, 269 hertz, bone honing. 55 bones, 90%, 1 bone, 45%, 150 bones, 30%. Before doing the mission, Fang Ping's wealth was already as high as 10 million. This month, he had earned more than 7 million wealth, more than 17 million in total. In this month, Fang Ping had also used up about 5 million wealth. Other than the bone-honing consumption, the rest was consumed in the process of battle. I should plan it out properly. After looking at the data, Fang Ping decided to make good use of his gains this time to increase his strength. During this period, everyone would have a period of growth and strength. It would not be too sudden for his strength to increase again. Chapter 140. Logistics Department. Fang Ping was not in a hurry to leave. After collecting his credits, he walked to the exchange counter. The exchange office was the same as before. The same teacher with the surname Li was there. When he saw Fong Ping, he smiled and said, "A big customer is here. Did you get a good haul this time?" Among the new students, Fong Ping was indeed a big customer. He had spent more than 200 credits earlier, and now he had quite a lot of credits. The semester had not even ended, and Fong Ping, a new student, had accumulated more than 400 credits. According to the cash exchange rate, Fong Ping had earned more than 12 million. For a rank 1 martial artist, this was an extraordinary amount. This was the charm of a martial arts university. Similarly, this was MCMAU's charm. If he had not been at MCMAU, he would not have had the chance to do it. Even if he had done the same mission at other martial arts universities, he would not have been able to earn so many credits. Fong Ping grinned and said, "Teacher Li, I come here often. Doesn't the school give me a discount? Do you think it's a shopping mall?" Old Man Li laughed as well. After sizing up Fong Ping for a moment, he nodded slightly. "You've improved by leaps and bounds. Not bad. What would you like to exchange for this time?" "Teacher, I want to change to a weapon that suits me." Fong Ping thought for a moment and said, "My vitality is very high, and it'll only get higher and higher in the future. At the very least, it'll be much higher than people of the same rank. Do you have any good suggestions?" Even though Zhang Xian had no idea what rank the instructor in front of him was, the fact that he was in charge of a place like the exchange office meant that he was no weakling. Old Man Li laughed. "Why don't you ask your own instructor?" However, it made sense. Lu Fengru's guidance to her students was to take pills. Take pills. Take pills. She doesn't have any good suggestions. Cough, cough, cough. Fong Ping let out a dry cough. He did not know whether to laugh or cry. But how should I put it? It seems to be the truth. That was indeed Lu Fengru's attitude. She wanted to earn more credits, exchange them for more pills, take more pills, and improve her cultivation. Then she would think about other things. It could not be said that it was wrong. For martial artists of the 3 lower ranks, cultivation was actually the most important thing. Old Man Li joked. After some thought, he asked, "Do you have any weapons or combat techniques that you're good at?" "No." Fong Ping shook his head. He had learned a lot of weapons, but they were all basic combat techniques. He had never learned any special combat techniques. After thinking for a while, Fong Ping said, "I want a weapon that's stronger and easier to carry. Using a weapon is the key. Every weapon has a fierce side." Old Man Li smiled. He pondered for a moment and said, "Actually, for a newbie, a saber is still the best. 18 types of weapons: sabers, spears, swords, halberds, axes, battle axes, hooks, tridents." The reason why the saber was ranked first was not just because it was easy to say. Of course, I know what you mean. You think that the current saber isn't strong enough. On one hand, it's related to the fact that you haven't learned any saber techniques. On the other hand, it's because sabers are different. As he spoke, Old Man Li paused for a moment before continuing. Among all kinds of sabers, there are 2 that are more suitable for you. One is the Han Dynasty's horse-slaying saber. The saber can slay horses. You should understand that in a charge on the battlefield, a cavalry's impact is very strong. The power of the horse-chopping saber was evident. The other type is the ringhead blade. The ringhead blade originated even earlier from the Shang and Zhou dynasties. The horizontal blade of the Tang dynasty is actually a modified version of the ringhead blade. Still using a knife? Fong Ping thought for a while and felt that it was not impossible. He had been using a saber quite smoothly during this period of time. "Teacher, do you have a sample to see?" "Yes." Old Man Li smiled and arranged for someone to retrieve the sabers from the warehouse. Very quickly, the staff came over with a few sabers. Old Man Li pointed at one of them and said, "This is a horse-slaying saber. However, it's different from the ancient ones. Sabers and swords today have actually been evolved and are more suitable for us to use. This horse-slaying saber's blade is 1 meter long. The handle is 40 centimeters long. The total length is 1.4 meters, and the widest part of the blade is 8 centimeters. Fong Ping glanced at it, then at the other sabers. He could not help but say, "They all feel about the same." Old Man Li laughed. "That's normal. Whether it's the Han saber, the Tang dynasty saber, or the sabers evolved from other dynasties, they all aim to become more and more suitable. The famous sabers are actually not that different. Also, this is a little long. It's 4 meters. It's not easy to carry around, is it? Fong Ping scratched his head. Old Man Li saw this and laughed. You want to be strong, but you want to carry it around. It's not easy to split a saber. It's okay, though. I have another weapon that suits you. This time, Old Man Li personally went to the warehouse at the back. Very quickly, he came back with a weapon. Fong Ping was stunned. After a while, he said, Guan Yu II's green dragon crescent blade? Ignorant, Old Man Li said disdainfully. He said exasperatedly, This is a Feng's widow. Don't assume it's Guan Yu II's saber just because it's a broadsword with a long hilt. Moreover, that's all from the romance of the Song dynasty. You can't take it seriously. The crescent blade originated from the Song dynasty. The Feng's widow was also popular in the Song dynasty. The Song dynasty was not good at fighting, but weapon making was still unique. This Feng's widow has an advantage. It can be disassembled. The blade can be disassembled during normal times, and the hilt can be used as a club. The hilt is 2 meters long, and the blade is 60 centimeters long. The hilt can also be disassembled into 2 sections. There are 3 sections in total, and the length can be adjusted. You can use a section of the hilt and the blade. The total length is 2 meters, and you can use it as a normal saber. You can also use all of it. The total length is 8 meters, and you can use it as a chongdao. Or you can use it as a club. Don't worry, the connection is very strong. It won't break off just because you use too much force. If you want, I can give you another section of the hilt. The total length is up to 4 meters. The 3 sections of the hilt alone can also be used as a 8-meter-long staff. You can even equip it with a spearhead. Old Man Li's face was full of smiles. He said with a smile, This is definitely good. It doesn't matter what weapon you use. Of course, this is made of authentic D-grade alloy. There are no impurities. If I don't add a hilt, it weighs 16 kilograms. 32 kilograms? The corner of Fong Ping's mouth twitched. D-grade alloy cost 20 credits per kilogram. In other words, this Feng's widow would cost 320 credits. This did not include the manufacturing costs. As expected, Old Man Li said with a smile, 32 kilograms isn't too heavy for a martial artist. Your vitality is high, so it won't be a problem. Moreover, it's made of D-grade alloy. Imagine holding a chongdao and slashing it again and again, directly chopping other people's weapons into dozens of pieces. You can even chop people into minced meat at the same time. How convenient. It's not expensive at all. Before you enter middle rank, you don't have to change it at all. If you want it, I can make the decision. I won't charge you any manufacturing costs. 320 credits will do. Cough, cough, Fong Ping laughed dryly and hurriedly shook his head. What a joke. 300 credits. If converted to market value, would that not be tens of millions? I'm just a rank 1 martial artist. Do I need to be so extravagant? However, Fong Ping felt that this saber was indeed quite good. Usually, it could be disassembled into 3 sections. It was not difficult to carry a 60 centimeters long saber. It could be used as a staff to deal with martial artists who needed to be captured alive. It could avoid accidentally chopping the other party into a few pieces. It could also be used as a chongdao. 32 kilograms, coupled with his full-force vitality outburst, could probably cut down Yao Jincheng's longsword in 1 slash. The key was that it burned too much money. Not to mention that he did not have that many credits. Even if he did, Fong Ping would have to consider it carefully. Old Man Li sighed. Look at you. You want it, but you can't bear to buy it. It's a waste of time asking. Good weapons are expensive. You want to be a bit more forceful. Forceful means that the weight is not light. This saber is considered light. It's only 32 kilograms. There are heavy ones that are more than 100 kilograms. Although F-grade alloy can be used, martial artists in the 3 lower ranks are using F-grade alloy now. You don't have an advantage. How can you have the sharpness of a D-grade? Imagine if you cut someone else's weapon in half with 1 slash. Or if you work yourself to death and hack for half a day until the edge of the saber is chipped. Fong Ping smiled bitterly. D-grade can't cut F-grade alloy, right? As long as you have an advantage in vitality and learn some weapon combat techniques. Cutting it in one slash isn't a dream. That's too expensive. I like you today. I'll make the decision. 300 credits. I'll pay for the rest myself. Old man Li's expression was calm. A genius student like you should use a weapon like this. It's okay if you don't have enough credits. You can use your belongings as collateral. I'll make the decision and agree on behalf of the school. Fong Ping looked at him suspiciously. After a while, he said, Instructor, am I your long-lost grandson? Cough, cough, what nonsense. Old man Li was speechless. So you're trying to trick me? Go play somewhere else. Do I need to trick you? Do you want to trade or not? Forget it. Fong Ping thought for a while and took out a normal F-grade broadsword, 2 daggers, and D-grade brass knuckles. Instructor, I exchanged this saber for 40 credits a few days ago. The brass knuckles also cost 10 credits. These 2 daggers will cost at least 40 credits. That's a total of 90 credits. I'll pay another 60 credits. What do you think? Get lost. Old man Li's vitality surged, forcing Fong Ping to retreat. The old man was furious. Damn it, where did this bastard come from? He was offering 60 credits for a weapon that cost more than 300 credits? Did he think this was a market? Fong Ping retreated while complaining. Instructor, I really don't have that many credits. I saved up 60 credits by living frugally. If it doesn't work, then 61. Are you going to get lost or not? Old man Li was furious. Both of them were making quite a commotion, attracting the attention of many people. Fong Ping smiled apologetically. Instructor, don't be angry. How about this? I'll add another 20 credits. That's 81 credits. Including my stuff, it's worth 90 credits. That's 171 credits. Think about it. Other than me, how many people would exchange for this? Those at rank 1 and 2 can't afford it. Those at rank 3 are thinking that they're about to reach rank 4, so they don't need this. If I'm not wrong, this thing has been collecting dust in the warehouse for a long time. The school is about to participate in the championship. If I don't have a suitable weapon to use, what if the school loses the championship? Besides, it's not like I'm stingy. Old man Li glared at him. Only then did he restrain his vitality. He humphed. These weapons of yours aren't worth that much. They're second-hand goods. Adding them up, 50 credits is already good enough. If you add 200 credits, I'll take a small loss and make it up to you. Fong Ping turned around and left. If he could not afford it, then he would not buy it. 180 credits. Yo, you're competing with me? 160 credits. Forget it if you don't buy it. If you miss this opportunity, there won't be another one. Go out and ask around. D-grade alloy weapons. Which weapon shop can you buy at least 300,000 per caddy? That's not including the manufacturing costs. Fong Ping stopped in his tracks. After some thought, he turned around and said, Instructor, I don't need credits. How about 5 million in cash? Old man Li looked at him, a little surprised. This kid wanted to buy it with money and not credits? 5 million in cash could only be exchanged for 150 credits. However, many students had credits, but no money. They also did not want to exchange credits for money because credits were more cost-effective. Was this kid Fong Ping not in need of money? Did he buy a lot of pills to sell last time? Despite his doubts, Old man Li thought for a while and said, If you really want to do that, that's fine too. Spending money to buy it was not cheap. Although Fong Ping cheated by asking for 300,000 in cash, 5 million was enough to cover the cost. Not to mention that Fong Ping had pawned all the weapons in his possession for recycling. After some calculations, the exchange office did not lose money. In fact, it made a profit. Fong Ping felt a little heartache, but he also felt that he did not lose out. Although he had spent a lot, D-grade alloy weapons were indeed very expensive to buy outside. At most, he would sell them when he no longer needed them. As long as they were not completely useless, the second-hand goods were not cheap either. Also, Fong Ping found out that the exchange office allowed for bargaining. He had to be careful next time. After spending 5 million and handing over all the weapons on him except the alloy combat boots, Fong Ping received the Feng's widow. After caressing it for a while, Fong Ping mumbled, "A weapon worth tens of millions. I'm becoming more and more extravagant." When he had spent 40 credits to buy a pair of shoes last time, he had already felt that he was being extravagant. Now he had spent close to 10 million. Of course, it was not that much in reality, but Fong Ping automatically assumed that it was worth 10 million. If he had bought this thing outside, it would have cost about the same. As he muttered, Old Man Li also muttered, "This is really a big loss. I'm only optimistic that you'll still earn credits in the future. Otherwise, you'd be dreaming if you wanted to exchange for the Feng's widow at this price." Fong Ping ignored him. What a profiteer. Exhaling, Fong Ping raised his head and said, "Instructor, help me exchange for 50 normal vitality pills." Old Man Li choked. Was this kid crazy? 50 vitality pills, 150 credits, was the same value as the 5 million he had just now. If Fong Ping exchanged them and sold them, they would at most reach this price. Was this not an unnecessary move? "Kid, instructor, I need them for cultivation." "But you don't need so many. I'll throw one away after eating one. I'm rich and willful." Fong Ping curled his lips. "You kid." Old Man Li was completely speechless, but he still exchanged for 50 vitality pills for Fong Ping. After exchanging for the pills, Fong Ping looked at his remaining 11 credits, then at the reminder on his phone that he had won 5 million left. He let out a long sigh. This money was being spent too quickly. Fortunately, exchanging for the pills gave him an additional 500,000 wealth points. When he sold the 100 normal vitality pills in his hands, he would probably gain more than 1 million wealth points. If he calculated it this way, it was not a loss. At least his wealth points had increased quite a bit. The next time he came to the exchange office to exchange things, it would be best if he paid with cash and used the credits he earned to buy medicine. Once again, he caressed the Feng's widow in his hand. He did not bring it out directly. Instead, he broke it into 3 parts. After some thought, he turned around and said, "Instructor, I spent so much money, but I don't even have a packaging box." "Kid, your accounting skills are not bad." Old Man Li was speechless, but he still asked someone to bring a wooden box and passed it to Fong Ping. Fong Ping put the dismantled Feng's widow into the box. Then he looked at his empty belongings and sighed again. His footsteps were heavy as he left. Once he left, Old Man Li laughed and said, "Next time, I'll recommend some stock for this kid." There were not many new students who were as rich as Fong Ping. Even if people like Fu Chanding had rich families, it did not mean that Fu Chanding could easily spend millions or tens of millions to buy a weapon. But his bone-honing speed is really fast. He's almost peak rank 1. If this kid doesn't die, he'll be a regular customer here in the future. Chapter 141. Back in the dormitory. Fong Ping went straight to Fu Chanding's dormitory. When Fu Chanding opened the door, Fong Ping said immediately, "I'm selling pills. 100 normal vitality pills, 8 rank 1 pills, and 5 rank 1 bone-honing pills." F***CK. Fu Chanding was stunned. He said in disbelief, "Are you crazy? Selling again? Also, how much did you earn this time?" Fong Ping had sold pills worth close to 10 million last time. Now he was doing it again. How much did Fong Ping earn from the missions? Fong Ping waved his hand. "Cut the crap. Is your family buying? If not, I'll ask Yang Xiaoman and the rest." These people had good family backgrounds. Zhao Lei's father was a rank 5 martial artist. Fong Ping did not ask Yang Xiaoman's family, but she had at least rank 4 or 5 elders. The bigger the family, the higher the demand for these normal pills. If Fong Ping did not use his wealth, he would need to consume at least 10 normal vitality pills in a month of cultivation. 100 pills sounded like a lot, but it was what a peak rank 1 martial artist like Fu Chanding used in a year of cultivation. "I'll buy it." Fu Chanding was speechless, but he still let Fong Ping in. He thought for a while and said, "These pills cost 14.9 million in the market, right?" "Yes. 12% off, 13 million. That's not low." Fong Ping looked surprised. You think I don't know how to count? Is the 12% off because you just erased one of my vitality pills? You, Fu Chanding almost vomited blood. Was it not normal to erase a small amount from such a big deal? Fu Chanding glanced at Fong Ping and said impatiently, pills will lose their efficacy if they're kept for too long. I bought a batch last time and haven't finished using them yet. Also, we're trading privately. You even saved on tax. Can't you just erase a small amount? Forget it. 13 million it is. You have to treat me to dinner tonight. You should be the one treating me. Fu Chanding's face was filled with indignation. This fellow had sold him 2 elixirs worth 22 million yuan each. Now he was asking him to treat him. However, a 12% discount was slightly cheaper than if they bought it themselves. So be it. After some thought, Fu Chanding asked, Fong Ping, sometimes some things can't be bought with money. I think right now you Fong Ping had sold so many pills. Needless to say, his credits were gone. He was only a rank 1 too. He had only managed to accumulate so many credits because of the opportunity he had come across. There might not be such a good thing in the future. Fong Ping did not know what to do with the money he earned from selling them. Fong Ping did not have the support of a family. If he continued like this, when he reached rank 2 in the future, his cultivation expenditure would be even greater. Where would he find so many resources then? It's fine. I know what I'm doing. Fong Ping did not say much. He passed the pills to Fu Chanding. Fu Chanding checked them one by one before calling his father. His father did not say that it was not good. These were all regular pills. If Fong Ping were to sell 100 viscer shielding pills, there would not be many people who would buy them. However, martial artists of the 3 lower ranks needed vitality pills and bone-honing pills. There was no need to worry that no one would want them. It was not their first time trading. Very soon, Fong Ping's text notification came. Balance, 14. 5 million. As for his wealth, it had increased once again. The system's valuation of medicinal pills was about 70% of the market price. There was not much difference between the two. Now that Fong Ping was selling them at 88%, it was 18% more than the market price. Of course, it was not absolute. Sometimes, the system's estimation was high and low. This time, Fong Ping's wealth increased by 6 million again. Including the pills he exchanged earlier, it increased by another 500,000. This time, Fong Ping's wealth increased by another 1 million. At this moment, Fong Ping's total wealth was as high as 18 million. The disappointment from buying the saber earlier disappeared in an instant. Fong Ping calculated for a while. He could really be considered rich now. He had close to 15 million in cash, a company worth 10 million, weapons worth 10 million, and 2 rank 2 vitality pills in his possession. In the whole of MCMAU, those who had as much wealth as he did were at least those rank 3 and 4 martial artists, right? After returning to his dormitory, Fong Ping called home. Li Yueying was the one who answered. Fong Ping had not spoken much to his mother before Fong Yuan snatched the phone away. It was the weekend, so Fong Yuan was off. Once she got the phone, Fong Yuan beamed. Fong Ping, do you need money to spend in school? Why don't I transfer some living expenses to your card? What? Fong Ping was stunned. Then, he said impatiently, what did you sell me this time? Who's selling you stuff? Fong Yuan denied it immediately. She grinned. I earned it myself. Also, I'm a teacher now. I teach people how to stand. I teach for an hour after school every day, and I charge $10 per person. I'm teaching more than 10 people now, so I earn more than 100 a day. This time, Fong Ping did not scold her. He said, dumbfounded, $10 an hour? Is that all you've got? Fong Yuan's pole standing might not be that impressive, but there was only one word for martial artists: expensive. Fong Ping's pole standing had been taught by Fong Ping. Fong Ping's pole standing had reached the firm stance, and now he had hopes of entering the elevated stance. His pole standing, on the other hand, had been taught by Wang Jinyang. Wang Jinyang was definitely stronger than Fong Ping. If that was the case, Fong Yuan's pole standing was not weak. At least it was stronger than the Tan brothers. The Tan brothers' pole standing came from Tan Jinping. Although Fong Yuan was just messing around a little, 10 renminbi an hour was not a big deal at all. After saying that, Fong Ping thought for a while and said, "You can teach them how to stand, but only the basics will do. Don't teach them anything else. If they don't have enough vitality, they'll hurt themselves if they cultivate too deep. Do you understand me? Teaching pole standing like it was a horse stance would strengthen and refine the body. If it was learned like it was, however, it would consume a lot of vitality. Fong Yuan's classmates would not be able to take it, and their bodies would get hurt easily. I've told them everything I know. They know it too. They just need to learn from me." Fong Ping, "Do you want me to transfer some money to you?" "Forget it. I'll keep it for myself. I've earned quite a bit lately." "You've earned money too?" "Yes." "How much?" "About 10,000, I guess." "Huh? Huh, my ass." "Believe it or not, just give me the phone." Soon, the phone was in Li Yueying's hands. Fong Ping could still hear Fong Yuan mumbling beside him, "Mom." Fong Ping's bragging again. He said he earned 10 million. I was kind enough to transfer some money to him, but he's too proud to accept it. Fong Ping ignored her and said with a smile, "Mom, I've transferred 500,000 to our bank card. Don't scrimp when you need money." 500,000? Ping Ping. "Mom, it's only 500,000. It's not a lot. My results are good at martial arts university, and the instructors think highly of me. Any pill they give is worth a few 100,000. Just tell me if you need money. Also, keep an eye on that girl, Fong Yuan. That girl's only thinking about money now. Tell her not to mess around." I heard people say that practicing martial arts costs a lot of money. It's fine if you don't give us money, but you still transfer money to us. You're Dad, and I don't need so much money. It's better to be safe than sorry. Just keep it. I'm a martial artist now, so you and Dad shouldn't scrimp. You know that martial artists are important people. If my parents dress shabbily and eat shabbily, how will people look at me? Buy some nice clothes and learn how to drive. Don't let Dad ride that electric scooter of his anymore. When you get your driver's license, buy a car." Fong Ping spoke for a while. Li Yueying hesitated when she heard what he said. Her son was right. Martial artists were important people. It was fine if they lived frugally, but if they dressed shabbily, it would be embarrassing for her son if word got out. As they were chatting, Fong Yuan snatched the phone again and said loudly, "Fong Ping, did you really earn a lot of money? What do you think? Don't compare yourself to me. You better stop your little tricks. I can make some money from my hands, and it's not something that your little stash can compare to." Fong Yuan pouted and muttered, "So what if you're rich? I'm rich too, and I'm still young. When I grow up, I'll definitely be better than you. Yes, yes, yes. You're the best. Remember to buy more delicious food. Don't lose weight." "I don't think you care about me," Fong Yuan repeated. Her brother always said the same thing every time he called. "Eat more and don't lose weight. You little girl, you don't know how to appreciate my kindness." "Of course I care about you." The siblings chatted for a while and hung up. Fong Ping's mood suddenly lightened up. For the past month, he had been running around killing and injuring people. No matter how cheerful he was still a little depressed. He was much better now. After settling all that, Fong Ping took a look at the system data again. Wealth 1518000 vitality 299 calories 308 calories mentality 256 hertz 269 hertz bone honing 55 bones 90%, 1 bone 45%, 150 bones 30%. I'm still 7 bones away from honing my lower limbs. I need 4.05 million wealth points. I'm just worried that my body can't take it. If that's the case, I'll have to buy some body-strengthening elixirs. I'll just buy them with money. Fong Ping calculated. If his body could take it, he would upgrade to peak rank 1 first. If not, he would buy body-strengthening elixirs to speed up the honing process of his body's surface. Without hesitation, Fong Ping chose to hone his bones. Very quickly, his bones felt numb again. Half an hour later, Fong Ping felt his body ache a little, and the numbness from before had disappeared. At this moment, the number of bones honed had also changed. Wealth 129,300,000 vitality 297 calories 312 calories mentality 250 Hz, 269 Hz, bone honing. 59 bones, 90%. 147 bones, 30%. My body has reached its limit. I need to buy body-strengthening elixirs or similar pills to increase the toughness of my skin and meridians. Fong Ping's lower limbs would be completely honed after 3 more bones were honed. Right now, it had been exactly 3 months since he entered the university. I can only become stronger if I'm willing to spend money. Fong Ping calculated again. He would buy body-strengthening elixirs to hone his body. Now that he had bought a weapon, he should cultivate some saber techniques and staff-type combat techniques. The Feng's Widow could be disassembled and used as a staff or a saber. I should cultivate some powerful combat techniques in terms of fist and leg techniques. The effects of basic combat techniques are limited now. The next day, it was December. Fong Ping felt like he was in a dream when he entered the main class again. They had missed cultural studies last month, and the school had no intention of making up for it. They had to make up for it on their own and continue with the main class. When Fong Ping and the others entered, the other students looked at them with complicated expressions. The news of Lu Kunqiang's death during the special training had reached the entire class. Some martial artists who did not make it into the special training classes did not know if they should be glad they did not make it or disappointed. They would gradually be left behind. In fact, the trend was already very obvious. Now, almost all the students in the special training classes had completed the honing of a limb. Even if some did not, it would not be a problem soon. Many of the others in the class were not martial artists yet. Even if they were, the number of bones they had honed was still in the single digits. The difference between them and the special training classes was not just a matter of the number of bones they had honed. There was also the familiarity of combat techniques, actual combat experience, and bloodshed experience. Even if everyone had the same vitality and number of bones honed, the students in the special training classes would still win for sure. Fong Ping had just sat down when he heard someone beside him discussing, "There's really going to be a reform." Of course it's true. It's really going to be changed. We're already asking for opinions from all sides. It'll probably be implemented in 2009. It doesn't have much to do with us, does it? Even if we redefine the difficulty of ranking, we'll still be at the same rank. It'll be troublesome if we're mainly vitality martial artists. Other than this, there are other changes. A student said mysteriously, "I heard that the government wants to promote martial arts. In the future, the local governments will hold some martial arts competitions such as challenge tournament, national competition, and so on. Before this, the fights between martial artists were hidden very well, and there are very few shows like this on the internet. But I heard that some of the competitions will be broadcasted live, not on the internet, but on big news like news simulcast. Someone even suggested that life or death battles can be broadcasted, so that ordinary people can see blood. It can't be, right?" Someone felt that it was inappropriate and disagreed. That's not appropriate. Take our family, for example. Many of us are ordinary citizens. If we watch this kind of show, our family will be worried about us. They might even be afraid to let their children practice martial arts. We're still discussing it, but I think it doesn't matter. We still have to practice martial arts. The crowd discussed animatedly, but Fong Ping and the others looked normal. Of course, there were still some fluctuations in their hearts. The government was making a move. Was this a sign that the situation was worsening? Or was it just following the trend and preparing to slowly show the real bloody scene in the martial arts circle to ordinary people? The internet was getting more and more developed, and some information spread faster. Instead of letting those sects run amok, the government might want to slowly reveal the real world. Of course, this was just the beginning. Slowly let ordinary people accept everything. Let them understand that martial artists were not as leisurely and comfortable as they thought. They would die, they would fight, and they would risk their lives for the sake of improvement. The emergence of all kinds of competitions, broadcast on official television stations, made martial artists famous, made powerhouses known to all, and also stimulated ordinary people to yearn for martial artists. Fong Ping did not know whether this change was good or bad. He did not know if it would have any effect. There were still some benefits, though. It allowed some martial artists to vent the resentment in their hearts. Many martial artists died in obscurity. It was not boasting that they died for humanity. However, they had died silently, and no one knew if their deaths were worth it or not. Letting ordinary people know more and letting them make a name for those martial artists, even if it was just for a minute, was better than dying silently. Also, with the holding of competitions, some vitality martial artists might start to change to combat martial artists. The difference between vitality martial artists and combat martial artists was in the cultivation of combat techniques. If these people wanted to change, it was actually very easy. This way, martial artists in the 3 lower ranks also have a chance to make a name for themselves. Someone in the class said this, and this caused many people's emotions to waver. In the past, only grandmaster powerhouses were famous. How many martial artists in the 3 lower ranks knew about them? However, with the opening of all kinds of competitions, there would definitely be martial arts competitions targeted at the 3 lower ranks. This was also a chance for martial artists in the 3 lower ranks to make a name for themselves. Do you guys think that it will be like the Grandmaster ranking, with an authoritative ranking of the 3 lower ranks? It's very possible. The current ranking of the 3 lower ranks was partly occupied by people in the military department. The ranking made by a few big organizations was only for their own amusement and was not widely publicized to the public. It was only looked at by some insiders. However, in the future, there might be an official ranking of the 3 lower ranks that appeared publicly. Fong Ping's thoughts drifted far away. He did not know what he was thinking. You're tuning into the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.